audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Drake.
Jay, can you answer me a question before we get any further? How do you go up there at the major league level to bunt, and then take strike three when you're up there to bunt? Jay, how does that happen at this level?
Same way that we sit here in this very studio and watch bases loaded, no outs, strikeout, fly ball, strikeout.
Yeah.
No run.
This is a major leaguer up there to bunt. Pull back.
High three.
I don't understand that. All right, we're underway here. You know.
Can I gripe after you're done?
Why don't you just gripe now?
Oh, well, I want Drapes to hear me gripe.
All right, he'll say.
Never mind. No, don't worry about it, because I was gonna talk bad about the Eagles, but I'm not.
Okay, he was going to talk bad about the Philadelphia football team.
All right, what you got, Jay?
No, that's not true.
No,
I was actually going to
say about it.
How does my boy, my guy, 30 for 30, Jazz Chisholm, not start yesterday in Game 1 in the postseason?
Lefty? I don't know.
30 for he just went 30 for 30 in the season, and he doesn't get the start.
I'm
30.
Your everyday infielder doesn't get a start. Just like you guys were talking about yesterday, analytics are out of control.
Overmanaging, huh? Overmanaging. All that said, it's just I'm just trying to avoid having to talk about the next topic here. And we put the show together. You know, yesterday we started the show talking about Brock Purdy, right? Remember we were talking about the injuries? Not an excuse. And I was saying, but there's so many injuries. So I thought, well, we don't want to start with that again today. Well, guess what? The word is out on tomorrow night's roster for the 49ers. According to Adam Schefter, Mac Jones now expected to make his third start of the season. Brock Purdy toe, Ricky Pearsall knee, Juwan Jennings ankle and ribs are out for tomorrow's game against the Rams.
Damn. Yeah, that's tough. And, you know, Brock said he didn't re-aggravate. It's just sore. You would think.
He shouldn't have played in the last game.
But do you do that because Mac Jones is banged up?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know what to say, fellas. I mean, I honestly don't. They're snake bitten. You know, and you're right. You know, he probably shouldn't have played. But, you know, when Mac Jones is banged up, you know, and this buys him a week. So now Mac Jones ideally is good to go for tomorrow, and then we'll see if Brock plays next week against Tampa. But damn, that hurts.
At least you got a little extra rest with the short week. Then you get the long week. But short weeks are no bueno when half your roster is already injured. So
right,
yeah.
Short week, long week, it doesn't matter. You know, it's and it's a division game. Like if the games were flip-flopped, guys were healthy last week for the Rams and you beat the Rams, okay, let's rest them against Jacksonville. But coming off a loss, now a division game, and then you got to stay on the road and go to Tampa, it's tough, man. And there's still a lot of football left to be played. And I know I called this basically a must-win for the division, but I'm looking at the vibes. I'm a vibes guy. And, you know, that's one of the things I said last year going into the season with the holdouts and the injuries. It just seemed like they were snake bitten. You know, things snowballed. And I'm having a similar feel now, you know, and still a lot of football left. Maybe Kittle comes back in a couple of weeks. We'll see about Ayuk in a month or so, and still a lot of time. But if they lose this one, then they got a tough one against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rams could be rolling. I mean, it could be tough. It could be tough for them.
I understand the calculation last week. Well, you didn't have much choice. If you had to play a quarterback, and Brock's like, I think I can go, and Mac Jones can't walk, well, Brock had to go. But, you know, had they found a way to win that game, just trying to think of it from the coach's perspective, they did not. But I could see how you'd think, well, we sneak one out here and, you know, we bank another one, and then, all right, things might get a little rough for us, but, boy, it'd be nice to bank this one. All that said, to me, I'm okay with Mac Jones playing tomorrow because given that the 49ers there's many reasons why. They cannot run the football. I think Mac Jones might be even a little better suited to the pass-heavy attack than Brock Purdy right now.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just think he has a little stronger arm, not a very much stronger arm, but a little stronger. He could push the ball downfield a little bit better. And against the Saints, I know it was just the Saints, but they came out and said, you're not running the ball. And he actually played very well. Brock maybe relies a little more on play action. I don't know. I'm okay.
I don't want to back you into a corner, Whitey, but what I'm hearing
What are you
here.
talking about, Whitey?
Jay,
Come on, Whitey.
what I'm hearing here is Mac Jones is a better thrower of the football, better passing quarterback, maybe just slightly, than Brock Purdy. That's how, Jay, are you hearing it that way too?
Yeah, I almost cut his mic off.
He definitely is when Brock Purdy has the bad toe. Definitely is.
Oh,
If
so it's
his knee's okay.
injury-based thing, you're saying.
Well, I am of the theory, of the school, of the thought that the toe contributed mightily to Brock's overthrows. I know we talked about that. You said you don't think so. Can't prove it. Who knows?
Right, who knows?
But I think that had a lot to do. I know Brent Jones was on a podcast. He was on the Tom Tolbert podcast. Brent Jones said, yeah, when you can't plant on your back foot, the ball's going to sail on you. Now, was that the problem? We don't know for sure, but I think it was.
Well, you could think that, but you also said yesterday that was a issue in college for him too, and it's been an issue in the past, and a little loose with the football, sails a little bit, and so you could think that, like you said, it cannot be proven, like that. But when it comes down to it, and Philip Cole on the YouTube chat puts it very succinctly. They need to fire the San Francisco medical staff. They need to fire the San Francisco medical staff. They've had some turnover. It's not like it's been the same group for the last 5-6 years or something. They've had some turnover. I don't know what it could be, though.
It could be they practice harder than other teams. I know that's one thing our friend Matt Barrow suggests, because everybody's looking for possible reasons. That makes as much sense as anything. Their Thursday practices are, according to players who used to play there, among the most strenuous in the league. They practice harder than other teams.
Right.
Is that why they get hurt? I don't know, but maybe. You're just looking for anything here. Otherwise, it is bad luck. But as far as the medical staff, Juwan Jennings last week, you saw the play on which he got hurt. He got cracked in the ribs.
Yeah. That's not medical staff,
Exactly.
right? Yeah, you're right. And, I just don't understand, why every year this is an issue. And maybe the only year it wasn't, last was when they went to the Super Bowl, a few years ago. But, we always say, and players and coaches always talk about, when healthy, this team is this. The problem with the Niners is we haven't seen that. We don't know when healthy. And the question is, when will they be healthy? Right now they're 3-1. Are they going to be 3-2, 3-3, 3-4? I don't know. But time is slipping. Still very early, Whitey. Still can bounce back, But damn, I'm looking at Seattle. You've given them some credit. They look good. The Rams look good. Like, these are important games right now.
When you're playing basketball, I was just talking with Alan about this. If you're coaching basketball, you're playing a team that is superior. Maybe you're shorthanded. If you can, you want to slow it down a little bit, right? If you're at a disadvantage.
Right.
So I think the same applies football-wise. We're a little disadvantaged right now. We'll run the ball. We'll keep the ball. They can't score if we have the ball. But the 49ers cannot run the ball right now.
Can't run the ball.
They are unable. They are incapable of running the football consistently.
And here's the thing, too. Even if they could run the ball, when you don't have Brock Purdy, Juwan Jennings, Tricky Ricky P, now teams are loading up on that run. You know what I mean? I'm a Mac Jones believer. I think the guy can spin the ball. I like his talent.
Careful, Jill. Turn your mic
I know.
off.
I'm not saying he's
close. I'm close, Whitey.
But he's solid. He's solid. But now you're asking him to actually go out there and win a football game. Not just game manage, not just scheme it up. Like, with this roster and how banged up it is, how many weapons he's down, he's going to have to be Patrick Mahomes-esque in terms of lifting the talent up around him. I don't know if he has that in him.
1979, Bill Walsh was the coach. It was his first year with the 49ers. Steve DeBerg was the quarterback. I think Joe was there, but he wasn't playing yet.
Steve DeBerg.
The 49ers started 3-0. It's like,
okay.
Here we
Feeling
go.
Good, yeah.
Might have been 1980. Anyway, they finished 6-10.
Ooh.
So it's funny because when they got off to that rocky start, I was having flashbacks to that year. You've said, they very well could be 3-3. They very well could be here when they're through this little stretch here. But that's all right. They're still in decent shape. if they can just get their players back.
Right. That's
Let's
the
be
key.
honest. If you don't, then I think we're just fooling ourselves.
Right. If you don't get your players back, the easy schedule doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because now you're at the level of these so-called bums. Like, for instance, we know Rams and Tampa, that's going to be a tough game. If they're still banged up, I'm talking about the Niners at the wide receiver position. Brock Purdy hurt. Still no Kittle. Still no Ayuk. When they take on the Falcons, the Texans, the Giants, I don't think you can say, oh, they got to win. Like, to any of these. When this schedule came out, I said, 13-4, 14-3. But the thing that's not added in and counted with that is injuries.
Mm-hmm.
When you're as banged up as the Niners are, these games are a toss-up.
You know the one person that I know who counted in all the injuries from before the time the scheduling came out? Right.
Jay
there
did.
behind
Jay
you.
was talking about that already?
Yes. He listed
wasn't,
it. We were talking to Rod one day. It was a Friday when you might have been, I think your mouth was.
Yeah, tooth situation. Yeah.
And he was like, look, you know that this guy's going to miss this many games. I think he had his bill like Kittle and this and that.
Right.
And I think Rod Brooks even said, well, I got to push back on young Kittle. And then he got
And then
hurt
he
the
got
next
hurt.
game.
And I think, and maybe I was here because I remember him.
Nah, you weren't here.
Well, somebody also said, well, you know, CMC is going to miss a few games too. He's going to get dinged up. Was that you, Jay? That was a different day.
Kittle, Purdy.
Right.
Trent Williams going to miss a few games.
Yeah. So we gnash our teeth and yank our hair about this. And Jay's like, how did you not know this was going to happen?
With that being said, fellas, I'm looking at the schedule. And like I said, it's a toss-up if you're not healthy. But they got a stretch in late November, early December, where I think, all right, they can really make some moves here. Like, against the Falcons, against the Texans, against the Giants even, then you got Rams and Cardinals. Those are, to me, I still think they're tough games because, A, Rams and Cardinals, solid teams. B, you're banged up.
Atlanta just walloped somebody.
Yeah, my boy Michael Penix. But then, Panthers, Browns, Titans.
Yeah.
Those teams will be mathematically out of it.
I think worst case scenario, you'll be in that jumble bucket, you know?
Yeah.
For most of the season. You'll be right there somewhere in that, or at the very least on the fringe of that NFC playoff race, which is going to involve a ton of teams this year.
Yeah. And you know, when I look at the standings in the NFC, still way too early. I understand that. We know the Eagles will be in the playoffs. We know that. Right?
We're a quarter of the way through.
Yeah. I feel like the Lions will probably be in the playoffs. Tampa, too. Can we give Tampa some love and guarantee on them yet? As a division winners?
Sure. Yeah.
So that's 3. Rams and or Seahawks.
We'll put the Rams in there.
Put the Rams. That's 4.
But we could take them out after tomorrow. We'll see.
Right.
We'll
We could take them out. But I'm looking at the NFC East. Commanders got their own injury situation.
Yes.
NFC North. Packers was looking shaky this last week. That defense is looking like a sieve.
2 weeks in a row they've looked bad.
Yeah, exactly. You know, what about, Falcons, Panthers, Saints? I really don't see them. And so.
You didn't mention the Bears. I mean, they.
Yeah, what do you think?
Maybe.
2-2? What about Vikings? Maybe.
Yeah,
those.
That's a jumble bucket
I
team.
put the Niners in with those teams.
do too.
That's exactly. So really, there's only 4 spots that I feel are legitimately locked up. Eagles, Lions, Tampa, and the Rams, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got what? 3 others that have like 7 or 8 teams.
Yeah. If you could just get your
You
guys
just got to
good
get healthy.
go.
You just got to get healthy.
And Bosa, Bosa ain't coming back. Bosa ain't coming through that door. So
No. They have to make a move, though, right?
I think if they're serious about doing anything,
Yeah.
they do.
I mean, if you go another week without getting any pressures on the quarterback, if the defensive line isn't getting after it.
You don't get any pressure on the quarterback tomorrow night.
Right.
It'd be a long night.
And here's the thing, and we talked about this last week, fella. I don't view this as a throwaway season for the Niners. Even getting into the playoffs, maybe winning the game, there's value in that. And so it's way too early for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan to be like, oh, Bosa's hurt. Look at all these injuries. We just going to stand pat.
Yeah, I don't think that's their way.
Right? Yeah.
Unless they're so focused on, cap space and being younger, moving forward. But, another thing with the injuries, we focus on the guys that are out. Football being football, there's lots of guys that are hurt that they just play through it. Michael Williams, I believe he injured his oblique in the last game. And in football, it's he'll be fine. Yeah. Baseball players are out for like 3 months if they pull an oblique.
Right.
He just got to play through it.
Yeah. And because every game's so important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, my point is, he's probably going to be a little compromised.
Who are you talking about?
Michael, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you give him a little, I don't know, Toradol or whatever.
Yeah, that's tough. Obliques, I mean, like you said, that keeps guys out.
Oh, yeah.
You can't lift your arm and can't.
I'm still not sure what it is. Is it on the
Isn't
side?
Isn't it something like on the side there?
There was like a time that was
muscle?
not a thing, and now, especially like I say, a baseball player, oblique. Well,
let me look up.
See you next season. We'll see you spring training next year.
Use the Google machine.
It's something on the side, right? Or the rib cage?
It's primarily referring to the abdominal obliques, a group of muscles on the side of the torso that allow for side bending, twisting, and stabilization of the core.
Yeah.
All valuable things, like things you need, I would imagine.
I agree.
Ooh, yeah, it's kind of like the side muscles here. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. It's and here's the thing, you said it too. I don't think you can even game plan around this. Like, because every position group is banged up pretty much. Maybe except running back, offensive line still banged up. Wide receiver core, tight end core, like quarterback. Like, how do you game plan that?
Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing my mother-in-law, who loves watching the 49ers, she doesn't have Amazon. Maybe that's a good thing. She won't
I forgot it's on Amazon.
She'll be disappointed, I think.
I'll give her my sign-in. If she I'll give her my sign-in, nice. Big fella, so she can see this beat down tomorrow.
I'd give her mine, but I don't know what it is.
Our boy TC is on the text line, 916-339-1104, says he got a little something on the Mac Jones and Brock Purdy situation.
Oh, really?
So, TC, you know the number, big fella, call in. But we know which route he's going.
Yeah.
Right? We know which direction.
Yes. I also thought it was interesting yesterday, Robert Saleh walking back his legal sign-stealing comments a little bit, because he got into it with Liam Cohen, the coach of the Jags. And Robert Saleh said, in my heart, I genuinely was trying to give a compliment, and I own the fact that I probably used the wrong choice of words. All right, I know he wants to sell it because it looked bad. But I think another reason he wants to walk it back is because in his original comments, he also pointed a finger at Sean McVay.
Really? What did he say?
Said, this is what Robert Saleh said last week about the Jags. He said, they're almost elite in that regard. That whole entire tree from Sean to Kevin O'Connell to all those guys, they all do it. So now he's got to walk it back because...
Right, I was wondering now, is he...
Yeah.
Just shut up, man. What are you doing? Like, now it's more bulletin board material. It's Saleh's a funny guy, man. Everybody's saying, don't mess with him. He's a big guy. I was actually surprised he walked it back a little bit, and, said, didn't mean anything by it or anything because they were heated.
Yes.
Like there was, and so I was a little surprised that he walked that back the other day.
It's all water under the old Bay Bridge now. But to me, he did that because he was, you try to give the other team something to think about, like, we know you're stealing signs, so maybe we've changed our signs. It's just
right. Just getting
you're not
their head
really
a little
saying,
bit.
you guys suck, you're cheaters.
Right.
You're just trying to give them something else to think about.
Right, exactly. Phil Jackson.
Yes.
Used to be a master at that back in the day with basketball, so I get it. I get it.
The 49ers seem to be getting the worst of it as far as the injuries go, but as you said, there's a lot of teams dealing with injuries. I think it's maybe even becoming a problem for the league. You look at who's starting.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's not playing. It's football. I know. Guys get hurt.
Daniels, big name. Joe Burrow. The quarterback position.
It's bad for the brand.
It's pretty bad. No, you're right about that, man. And when I look at it, some of the guys that have been injured, these are like faces of the league, if you will. Lamar Jackson. Yeah. Joe Burrow. Like, these guys are faces of the league. So no, it is an issue. Yeah. But it happens in the NBA too. Like, is this an athlete issue in today's sports? overused playing at a young age. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, in the NBA, it's all Achilles now, right?
Right.
Everybody's, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yes, and these are stars that are getting hurt as well. I wonder, back in the day, 80s, 90s, 70s, how often guys were injured or sat out, you know?
I think a lot of it then was if nothing was guaranteed. So if like a pitcher, for example, 1970-something, goes, I got a bad arm. Like, all right. Then, they just cut you.
Right. Right.
Players could not afford to come out and say, I'm hurt, because then they wouldn't play,
and
then they lose their jobs.
Yeah. And we know, let's keep it real, we know that happens in football a lot.
Yeah.
Especially the stars are fine, but 53rd man on the roster, 48th man, whoever it is, you got to play through these things. But when it's the star players that we're seeing, Kittle, arguably the best tight end in all of football, Brandon Ayuk.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said about anybody affiliated in any way with the 49ers.
I don't think Kittle's the best tight end.
Oh, okay.
But I'm trying to, take the high road.
That was
I said
nice of you.
One of maybe the best tight end. I hear people say that.
Uh-huh.
I don't agree, but I don't have to always take shots.
So in your heart, you're really thinking overrated, but you're
No, it's like either one or anything else. No, it's he's a solid player. He's a good player, but like in his position, in his role, he's a star also in the league. He's one of the best, if not the best, tight end in all of football. So it is an alarming problem.
Yeah, especially for the 49ers when you talk about Kittle and Trent Williams, and they're guys that have been around a while, and they keep getting hurt,
Yeah.
You can't, at what point do you realize we really can't assume he's going to be healthy at all going forward?
Yeah.
Especially Trent Williams.
I was about to say, Trent Williams, I mean, he's old as Methuselah. I mean, the body is going to start breaking down after all these years. So, it's not surprising, if he's dealing with something. But, when you look at it, this Niners offense, you could argue 4 of their top 5 players on offense are out in terms of Brock, Tricky Ricky P, Jawan Jennings. I'm going to throw Kittle in there as
Ayuk.
well. And then Ayuk, yeah. I mean, they're relying on DeMarcus Robinson and Kendrick Bourne, guys that weren't even on the team, when camp started.
Yep. But, next man up, as you said.
Next man up. Got to play the games, Whitey.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. TC is going to join us. It is time for Check It
Early TC.
With TC, early edition.
Mic check.
What do you got for us, TC? How are you? Do we lose TC? Do we not have TC? Oh, this is disappointing, isn't
What
it?
happened, dude? This is the earliest time.
There he is.
Hey,
You're on.
all good. Hey, I don't know what that was. Hey, I'm here now. Mic check. Y'all got me?
Yes.
Got you. What's up, player?
Hey, listen, check it out. So first and foremost, Drake's, man. Hey, look, how you doing with your two situation, bro? That Dennis, you all good, bro? Because that ain't no joke.
Oh, that's nice.
Nah, I'm still not 100%, big fella. Still, I'm about 87.6%, but I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
That's good enough. We got to fight through it. You got the dog mentality.
Yep. You know that, baby.
Hey, So check it out. Hey, listen, I had to chime in. That was me, that text. I had to chime in. Y'all know where I'm going with this. They the same quarterback. So the 2 games that Mac Jones played, he didn't look like Brock Purdy. That's an honest question. And this ain't got nothing to do with Shanahan, right? This guy's just asking an honest question, bro. He played like Brock Purdy, but without the turnovers, right? And I'm not even a Mac Jones guy, right? I never liked the Mac from the jump. That was just Kyle's guy. But as I'm sitting here watching the guy, I say, man, the dude is Brock Purdy, if not better. He's a natural thrower of the football. He's not doing them oh-no throws. The only thing, like I told you, the only thing Brock Purdy got on this dude is a couple wins and that anticipation throw that gets him in trouble, that throws 2 picks a game, and the mobility. So if you sum it up, all he got on Mac Jones, bro, is a little bit of scrambling ability he do. But when he do that, he get hurt. So what are we talking about with this dude, Brock Purdy? I know we want to lean on him. I know Jay, that's my dog, and I love Jay. Jay, like, man, we got to stop pounding on Brock Purdy. No, we don't, bro. We just being honest about the guy. We got to have an honest conversation about that dude. He's Mac Jones. Jimmy Garoppolo 2.0. That's all I got, y'all.
Damn.
How Kyle Shanahan does seem to have a type.
Oh yeah. Let me piggyback on TC Niners
you can't
Nation.
do this. It's a 49er conversation.
Nah, let me piggyback on what TC said, Jay. Is it out of the realm to think that Mac Jones could be better than Brock Purdy? Maybe not right now.
Yeah, you're out of the realm.
Why would you say that, Jay?
What's Mac Jones done, man?
But I'm saying Purdy's had the better career, no doubt about it. But we have not seen Mac in a great position system-wise. Even when he was in New England,
Brock Purdy's better.
They had the defensive coordinator calling offensive play as the offensive coordinator. I said, could he be a better quarterback than Brock Purdy at some point?
You could
maybe
be
at some point.
Doesn't mean you are.
Yeah.
Like when you're the number 15 overall pick versus the number dead last.
Yeah,
there was something there, right?
Yeah. The other thing at TC, he kind of, to me, glossed over a key point. He said the only thing that Brock Purdy has is the anticipation throws, and he said, and the mobility. But that's a big difference, I think. I understand TC's point. We appreciate it when he calls. But Brock Purdy's mobility, when he's healthy, is a big factor. You go back to the playoff game against the Lions. I mean, he had some big runs in the playoffs that year. Mm-hmm. And right now, he isn't playing well, and he's not healthy. But when he's healthy, I think he's significantly better than Mac Jones, who is a really good backup, I think, at least in this system.
Because how I look at Mac Jones is, and we've seen it around the league, fellas, whether it's Daniel Jones now in Indy, whether it's Baker Mayfield, it's not like these guys don't have talent and don't know how to play the game.
We'll see if you're right tomorrow night.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying. Mac Jones had something. We can't all of a sudden say, he's not that good, and he's like.
Well, who said that?
Oh, people are. Before he got to San Francisco, people were killing Mac Jones in New England and Jacksonville. My thing is, I believe if Tom Brady doesn't go to New England and play with Bill Belichick, does he become who he is? That's like if Patrick Mahomes isn't with Andy Reid, if Brock Purdy isn't with Kyle Shanahan, that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So could Mac Jones in the right system, a la Baker Mayfield there in Tampa?
I know you didn't mean to, but you almost compared Mac Jones to Tom Brady.
No,
I know you
I'm
didn't
saying,
mean to.
No, I say the same thing about Kawhi Leonard in basketball. Kawhi went to the perfect situation. If he doesn't go to San Antonio, does he become? We got to take into account, fellas, the system, the coaching, organizational stability. Look at all the players that have come through Sacramento. You can't tell me Marvin Bagley was a bum, and it's all about where you go, your fit, your organization. Like, we can't just say Brock Purdy's definitely better. I'm saying, could Mac Jones conceivably at some point in his career be better? That's all I'm asking. Sure. That's all I'm asking.
How long we gonna wait? Man, you lucky we got a break. We got Tony Ray Harvey.
Look at the situations he's been in, Jay. Come on now. The Patriots were a dumpster fire when Mac Jones got there. He didn't even have any wide receivers. And don't get me started about Jacksonville. Come on now, Jay. That matters, big fella.
You're talking theoreticals.
Yeah.
But the reality is right now Brock Purdy's better than Mac Jones.
And we all agree on that. Mm-hmm. We all agree on that.
Yeah, we'll see if Tony Ray Harvey agrees on that. We'll catch up with Tone. His thoughts on Media Day with the Kings are coming up next on Sacktown Sports.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price, and usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Shop top brand tires at Big O with the lowest tire price guarantee. Now through October 19th, get up to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nitto, Nexen, or Toyo brand tires. Installation required. Disposal fees extra. Not good with other offers. See Big O dealer for details.
And then I'm currently trying to finish one off that I've been working on for years, but folks, I will get that done too. It's also a true crime novel. Yeah. Another case that happened here, and I work with that with a really good friend. He's retired from the Sacramento Police Department, John Cabrera. And he actually helped me, work on the first book, but I'm going to add him to the author title to this next one.
Gotcha.
Thanks for bringing that up, though.
Yeah, absolutely. We were going to talk to you about, and we will talk to you about Media Day, but you just walked into a raging conversation, debate about the 49ers.
Brock Purdy is better than Mac Jones, fellas. I'm sorry.
No, I said we all agree on that. Nobody is disagreeing that, Tony. My question was, is it inconceivable to think that someday Mac Jones could be better than Brock Purdy. Because here's why. A lot of people were writing off Mac Jones in New England and Jacksonville. They're writing off Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's an all-pro level kind of quarterback out there. You know, they were writing off Geno Smith. They were writing off Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is proving to be a better quarterback than what we saw in New York. I'm saying, could Mac Jones actually have something, be a starter? Sam Darnold is better than, people gave him credit for it. That's all I'm saying.
It does take a little time in the NFL for some of these quarterbacks, to get their rhythm. And sometimes, if they're in one spot, they need another location.
Right.
To get
That's
that
what I'm
down.
saying, Tony.
And he's in line to do that. I will get him. But right now, Brock Purdy is much further along in advanced development than, I would,
Well,
he's been, to some big games.
My co-host here called Mac Jones a better passer of the
I
best.
said he has a stronger arm.
Okay.
He's a little under the weather.
I have to agree
Drake.
with you on that one too, but I still think he's lagging.
Yeah. This is great for him, though, as terrible as it is for the fans and for the team, that he gets a chance to show what he can do. Yeah. He's under contract for this season and next. But, obviously he doesn't want to see everybody get hurt, but it's great for him that already he's had a chance to play, and it looks like
they won.
Looks like he's getting a start tomorrow night against the Rams, Tone.
Oh, so Purdy is not going to
Purdy is out.
Wow.
That's what got us
started going
wandering down.
And I was just
road.
about to ask you fellas what I heard a couple days ago that Purdy might be ready to go. Turf toe or something like that.
Yeah. I guess it flared
those
up.
Things, right. Yeah. Those things, man, they can linger on all season. So
Yeah, Brock Purdy toe, Ricky Pearsall knee, Juwan Jennings ankle, ribs are out, according to Schefter, tomorrow night against the Rams.
So they get another look at him. See
Yeah.
what he can do, and hopefully he can be 2-0 on the season because, they need that help. Considering what happened last Sunday.
Yeah. Tony Ray Harvey with us. To your point, though, Drapes, in a good situation, he can flourish, but this is far from an ideal situation for him tomorrow night. He does have his buddy Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
They got some, some continuity from their time together in New England.
Yeah. Tony, what do you make of all the injuries to this Niners?
This early, too, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't really expecting that, but, these things happen. We know they came into the season, without their receiver, Ayuk, and then, down with this. I hope Ricky Pearsall is okay because he's been lighting it up on the field. And I just, man, I just don't know what's make of these type of injuries that's going on with San Francisco. But luckily, they are 3-1 behind all this. I didn't think they were going to bring their top receiver back anyway because they were 3-0, and I'm like, you don't really have to rush this dude. You get in a little bit of trouble.
That's a good point.
You can then you can bring him in there, but not continue winning. Give him a little bit more time to adjust. I'm pretty sure he's past his rehab. Then you can get him back out on the field.
I don't think Brock Purdy would have played last week, but I think Mac Jones was hurt worse.
Yeah. Yes, and he would. Yes, and I think that's what the decision on that. So it's holding him back at some point though. But it's a good thing that Mac Jones wanted to come back and give it another try. Tomorrow and try.
And like
to
you
keep
said, they got a little bit of a cushion there with the 3-1.
Yes. You got your top defensive guy out. The best defensive player on your team. So they're looking for some some help on that end. These injuries have been. A thorn in the
for a
49ers
long time.
side.
For a long time.
Yeah. I can say this though, because for the last 3 seasons, I thought that the 49ers was going to make it to the Super Bowl and potentially win. I didn't do that this year.
Okay, all right. A little reverse there. Huh?
I just left it alone.
Yeah.
I'm not a 49er fan anyway.
Yeah.
But I get credit where credit is due. It's a winning organization. So hopefully, as the season progresses, everybody. Get healthy and they can get back out there and start, stringing together some more wins.
Well, Tony Ray Harvey, speaking of expectations, we hung out with you Media Day, of course. I know you posted some things, which we appreciate, some stuff we had going on. If this Kings team is a play-in team again, is that like, hey, successful season, good job? Do they need to aim higher, or do we really not know what to expect?
In the back of my mind, that's basically where I have them at this point. I know they haven't played a game yet, but I'm looking at them to be another play-in team. Whether that's going to be a success or not, that's really on them. How they view it. Okay, they can be a play-in team and make the playoffs. That's what that's all about, though. But I don't really see. I think I told you guys a couple months ago, how I felt about that. I was dead in the middle at 40, maybe 2 over, or more, maybe 5 under, and I'm really at that 5 under at 35, 36 win.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. I mean,
go get them,
Drapes. Talk about the talents and everything that they have, Drapes. They do have that, but I'm not really comfortable with the situation right now. And this might be the lowest projection that I've gave them in many, many years, because I always come in, with high expectation, especially last year, with the signing of DeMar DeRozan. But you basically, it just looked like there's some holes in that team. But let me hear from your perspective on how you feel about it.
Well, I've gone on record. They won 40 games last year, Tony. It was a crap show behind the scenes.
That has been spoken.
It was very difficult for them players. Doug Christie had a winning record despite all of that. Trading the best player. Assistant GM leaves. GM, nobody hears from. He holds up in his office. Talking to the guys on media day, just the fact that their minds are clear now, to me, should lead to a fewer wins. And I know the West is tough, everybody, but having Dennis Schroeder makes DeMar DeRozan's job easier, makes Zach's job easier, makes Malik's job easier. I understand there's some holes, power forward position, backup center, all that, no doubt about it. But I don't see why everyone is so negative and down, because when I look at the roster, talent-wise, I could argue this team is more talented than last year's team.
I've heard you say that.
And so why is it, you got 35 and a half. Like, what are you seeing on the roster that leads you to believe that? Give me something tangible, big fella.
Well, you are right, with the Dennis Schroeder situation, that's going to help smoothing out some things like that. But, I mean, it was just so much of a, a dismal, disappointing season last, with the end of the Mike Brown era. I have to be real critical in these type of situations until you prove me wrong, okay? Because I gave you so much leeway in the situation that it should have been a lot better. It should have made the playoffs last year. And yes,
they won 40 last year with all that going on.
Doug Christie was the key factor of everything that happened on that last half, if you want to say that, of the season, and keeping the ship afloat, plugging up the holes, or as he say, fixing the airplane, the aircraft in the air and stuff. He did all of that. He earned the head coaching job. Now he has a full opportunity, starting with the off season, to build that thing back up, which is pretty interesting because you talk about media day. I was at the first day of training camp yesterday, and then, of course, you got Bobby Jackson, on the staff, and then old Mike Bibby was in the house.
Oh yeah, he was there. He was there.
It's kind of limited though because they wouldn't let him on the floor. I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with
college coach or
NCAA,
something like that.
Sanctions or something like that. So he stayed off to the side. He and his son. They trying to bring that spirit back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what Doug is really geared to. Bringing that old spirit back. And why not?
Yep.
Why not? Now,
hold on one second. I apologize. We got to take a quick time out. We'll come back. Tony Ray Harvey is with us. We're talking Kings. More from Tony Ray Harvey. Also, Drapes, I think I can answer your question. You asked, why are so many people down on the Kings? So we'll come back with that and more to Drive Guys. Be right back. Sacktown Sports.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting. Just smart, local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Get ready for 2 epic showdowns of Monster Truck Madness at the Stockton Dirt Track, Saturday, October 4th. Feel the roar, the power, and the ground-pounding action. 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Do you have what it takes to survive the madness? Get your tickets now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
The Tribe Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Special in-studio guest is Tony Ray Harvey in his Wrigley Field sweatshirt. Appreciate you being here,
Yeah.
Tone. We're talking Kings with Tony Ray Harvey and Kyle Draper and Tone kind of debating Kings expectations.
Yeah,
a little bit,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, you know, Tony said, what, 35 wins?
Like I said, right there in the middle of 40, maybe 2 over, 5 under, and I'm going with 5.5 under.
So you know,
34.5 under. But of course, you know I want them to win.
Yeah, yeah, you know, yeah.
Absolutely.
I know
I'm just
which
looking
way
at
you
this
go.
at a different light this year because you know who knows what's going to happen. You know, DeMar found that out. You know, with his expectations coming in here and what he wanted to do, you know, with the team, and of course that didn't happen. He certainly did voice his opinion on media day, and I can understand that because, you know, I think a lot of us we forget, we don't forget, but we try not to say we avoid it, but you know, DeMar was asked to come off the bench at some point last season when Mike Brown was there. And
How'd that go?
Well, Mike Brown is not there.
You crazy, man.
Mike Brown is not there. So,
you wild, oh, man.
And I'm not laughing at Mike. Much respect to Mike Brown, and
yeah.
congratulations to him, in coaching along the Knicks sidelines. But you tell me something, and I'm coming in, with this new gig. Well, not exactly a new gig. I'm moving my profession over here in this location.
Yeah.
And I've been told these certain things that all of a sudden you want to change horse at midstream. I didn't sign on to this. So that right there, and I like what he said too. This is one of the things that stood out. I know, with the verbiage, foul language, you want to call that, when he said sometimes, you got to get out of a relationship to realize who you are. He wasn't saying about what's going on and everything else. He was talking about himself. And then every once in a while, you got to look at you and say what you can do to make yourself better. We did not hear him say he demanded a trade anytime this summer. That did we not?
No.
So they got to him and say, hey, hold on here. We're trying to fix this thing.
Yeah.
We want you to be a part of this. Come on back. So the things can, change on the, flip of a dime.
Why is 34 too low?
Because.
Is that what you said, 34, 35?
34,
35 and a half.
Yeah, I don't want
Well,
to.
because here's in all due respect to Tony, he's my guy. You know that. But when you come in my house, Tony, you can't be coming weak with no weak arguments or anything like that. I said, give me something concrete why this team isn't better or will win 35. Now, if you said, well, the Western Conference, man, that's tough. But on this roster, to me, is better than the one that ended last season. Doug Christie won 27 games as a head coach. The assistants, the staff was in shambles. The roster was in shambles, but yet he won 27 games. I'm giving you concrete reasons why I think this team will be better. You got a GM that's here, well respected in the league. You got an assistant GM. So to me, the protocols, everybody's aligned in the same way, which they weren't last year. You have a starting point guard who's probably your best facilitator since Tyrese Halliburton. Like, here's the thing. Who was our point guard to end the season last year? DeMar DeRozan was. Don't tell me Malik was. Malik was in and out and everything. Got injured, came off the bench. DeMar and Zach were running point. That's not their natural position. No, this starting five today is better than it was the second half of the season. So I'm giving you concrete reasons why they'll be better than 35 wins. I need somebody to tell me, Whitey, maybe you know, why they will be worse.
I can't tell you that because I don't know, but I'll tell you why so many people are down on them. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying those people are right. Most people around the league observing the Kings don't think they did enough to improve this offseason. That's why they look at it and say, 35 to 40. I think a lot of fans were this way earlier. I think they're warming up to Dennis Schroeder, but this is just SI.com. Again, Drapes, I'm not saying
Can you tell me
wrong.
who wrote that, please? I need to because is it the fan site or is it like an actual reporter, if you will?
It has to do with the betting. It's Peter Dewey.
Okay, so it's not like the SI fan site.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
And again,
I just need to know that, though. I need to know the context.
And just to be clear,
all the SI stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying this person's right, but I think this person speaks for many. Kings made the play-in tournament last season, but they didn't get much better in the offseason. And I think that's how a lot of people look at it, and you see it differently. But we talked about this with Dennis Schroeder. A lot of people look at it and they go, they didn't do much. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised, but that's why people look at it and go, everyone else got improved more than they did.
Well, and my thing about that is, and I hear that, I'm a big Dennis Schroeder fan. Yes. But I'm going to put that to the side. The fact that you have a coaching staff that's actually aligned, that the players, we've talked about it, Tony Ray Harvey. If the parents are dysfunctional, what do you expect from the kids, big fella? Now, if the parents are in lockstep, the players, ideally, it doesn't always happen like that. That has to be worth something, right?
I agree with you, Kyle. That's why Doug needed a full season.
Right.
And to get some people in there that he trusts that can carry out his mission, as well as Scott Perry. But let me ask you this, though. And it's kind of, I'm not like piggybacking off what Kevin said. Do you want DeMar to be playing power forward against Aaron Gordon again?
I tell you what, that better not happen this year. Okay. Mike Brown experimented with that, and that was a disaster.
And let me tell you, there's more Aaron Gordons out there who will do that type of business.
That's not ideal.
That's what I'm saying is when you look at the personnel part, that's really what I'm doing.
All right, now you're giving me something concrete. Now we're talking about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the talent? Yeah, but they have some people, a few bodies, too many bodies in one area, particular, the guards.
Yep.
But you better hope nothing happened to Keegan Murray because he's probably your top defensive guy there. Then next, Keon Ellis on down the line. And yes, Dennis Schroeder can play. But when it comes to those post players, all right, I mean, and I do like Dylan Cardwell, but these guys are young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Maxime
Bernard.
Bernard. I think they're going to get some time on the floor. But as far as the experience, and these other guys, they know how to, work rookies, young players. Then you got Isaac Jones, who got a little bit of experience. But you really better think that your post players are ready to go. That's where I'm coming with my 35, 36 game. Now, I understand this, people out there in radio land. I want the Kings to win.
He does.
I do want them to
him at the games. He definitely.
Okay, I can get emotional sometimes, Kevin.
Yeah. And I'll say this real quick. When it comes to this Kings team and organization the last few years, we've sort of all been wrong going into the season. Beam team seed, we didn't expect number 3 seed 48. The season after that, we're like, oh, they're going to be this. And they weren't. Last year, we get DeMar DeRozan. Oh, we're excited. And it didn't work. Like, going in, it seems like this team, when the expectations are high, they don't perform. When they're low, they might surprise you. At least the last few years.
Pardon me. Conversation continues.
You can stick around?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah. We'll look at one of the most important players on the Kings roster. It's also one of the youngest players on the Kings roster. Conversation continues with Tony Ray Harvey next. Sacktown Sports.
As a safety. We know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey, it's Alan Stiles. Have an injury? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, an injury law firm, has many happy clients in Sacramento and the surrounding areas who have called downtown. Get paid for your injuries from slip and falls or auto accidents. One of their most recent settlements was $1.5 million for a motorcycle accident. Have you had an auto accident? Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. And visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/SacktownSports1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Kyle Draper, Kevin Gleason, Tony Ray Harvey joining us. Longtime Sacramento writer, reporter, photo journalist, right, Tone?
Yes,
photo
sir.
journalist.
Yes. Been taking photos ever since I was 7, 8 years old. Started in the Boys Club. Well, today it's called the Boys and Girls Club. But back then in Illinois, it was the Boys Club. Of course, little black and white cameras and little Kodachrome. Remember that?
Oh, you're going back.
Yeah. What's
we
that
had
song?
to develop
Paul
in
Simon.
Paul Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I bet we'll hear that in a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
And it's art. Getting behind the camera.
Yeah. We are talking about the Kings here. Tone, of course, was at media day as we were, and we got into a spirited conversation about the Kings' expectations. And Tony Ray Harvey is one of those who is feeling like the Kings might end up, around 35 wins? Yeah. So we're just going over that. Saw something interesting today. John Hollinger was writing about, he calls them hinge players. I don't know exactly what he means like that. They're like fringe players, but a little better, or things hinge on them. He says Neek Clifford is one of the most important players on the Kings roster. Quote, it's hard to underscore how dependent the Kings are on Clifford making positive contributions this season, end quote. John Hollinger says that because, to the point that you were making, Tone, the Kings roster, there are some apparent holes there, and he's a guy that if he can play and contribute, he can go a long ways towards filling some of those holes.
Well, based on what we saw in Summer League, I think he can play 3 positions. As GM Scott Perry, had alluded to, before we even got into that. Definitely going to be one of the more important players on that roster. And, he could be one of the best young players on the roster. So we'll see. I don't know what the hinge part of it means, but I do know.
Right.
I'm not sure either, to be
I
honest
do
with
know that Nick Clifford, he's come in with a great set of skills that can definitely contribute to what Doug is trying to do, and I'm pretty sure they'll put him in the best position to be that player.
What do you guys think regarding Neek? Because one of the issues I'm trying to figure out, and big fan of Neek, showed me something at Summer League. Great kid so far, talking to him. How many minutes is he actually getting, though? So how can, and let's say he gets 15 minutes a night. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. Like, I wish Hollinger, and maybe he does go in a little bit deeper. Like, whose spot is he taking? How many minutes can a 15-minute-a-night guy, a 19-minute, 20-minute really alter the season so much where he's a hinge player? You got something for me? Oh, your Padres just won.
Stretching.
Sorry about that.
Just stretching. Sorry. Yeah. Here, actually, I do have something for you.
All right.
This is John Hollinger, for what that's worth. He says, Neek Clifford, they only have 2 forwards with any size, with the 6'6" DeRozan already forced to masquerade as a power forward. That's John Hollinger. That's kind of what you were saying. Yep. If Clifford can't cut it, the Kings are left with veteran retread Doug McDermott as their only viable alternative, unless they want to line up either very small with Keon Ellis in the front court or very big with Isaac Jones at power forward. So Neek Clifford is a guy that has a chance to kind of balance out the roster.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Because you're saying power forward?
I have heard that too.
I'm just...
Like Neek Clifford at power? Like, why? How does Neek Clifford impact the power forward
that's all I've heard.
Position, right?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's I'm trying to figure out the now if you said as the backup small forward, I'm like, okay, I see that,
Right.
But
I don't know that he
that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Well, I was before I came this morning, I went back and listened to some of the interviews, particularly, with KHTK guy, and I one of the things I heard with Doug when he's speaking to Jason Ross and Carmichael Day is defense first, offense, not secondary, but in that order.
Yeah.
So I would think, what Nick thing is, because we know what he can do on the offensive end. His thing is to stay out on the floor
defensively. Mm-hmm.
Defense. And I think that's going to round it out, because if he got that down pat, his offense will follow suit.
Yeah.
And he could be that player that this organization is looking for. But everything seemed to be, hinged, if you want to.
Yeah. Nice word.
On the defensive side, the way Doug been talking about, the past few days in this 6-point, aspect.
Scott Perry. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
There's one, but I think the defense is really going to decide not only Neek but any of these players how much time you're going to spend out on the floor.
Right. I think with Neek, probably the easiest path for him to get on the floor is backing up DeMar at the 3, right?
Yes.
And by the way, you're right, Trace, but you make a great point. And apparently Hollinger doesn't realize that Keegan
is the
four.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like,
so, yeah.
Thank you. All right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's what I'm here for, man. To punch hole in arguments. So.
Where are you going with this? Yes.
No, but here's the thing, and I think that's why they were after Kuminga so much. Getting Kuminga frees up the roster a little bit. There was the talks that Malik would have been a part of a deal. Now that frees up some of the guard. Now you could slide Keegan to the 3, Kuminga to the 4. Now you don't have to ask DeMar to play 4 occasionally, things like that. And so I think that's why, Kuminga, might have been, a good fit here. But in terms of Neek Clifford, if we're looking at the pecking order, fellas, just at the guard position, who's he play? He's the 5th guard. You got Zach, you got Dennis, you got Zach, you got Malik. Hell, forgot about Keon Ellis, too.
What about Devin Carter?
And Devin Carter. I would imagine he's probably ahead of Devin once the season starts, to be honest with you. But I think his path to getting on the floor is probably that backup small forward position.
Yeah, definitely the front court. By the way, you mentioned, Tone, the 6 principles. I finally figured out a way to remember what they are.
Please do. Tell me. I need that, big
Okay,
fella.
see if this works for you. It may not work. It works for me. 2 words. You know the word pact? Like you make a pact? Pact Todd. P-A-C-T-T-O-D. That's what it is. Pact Todd. P, professionalism, accountable, competitive, tough, team-oriented, and dependable. Pact Todd. There they are.
Pact Todd.
That's what. Now, I could never keep them straight since I jotted that down. Yeah.
I've been struggling with that too.
Team-oriented, dependable is a
I've been
T-O-D.
struggling with that
So
too.
team-oriented. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Pact
7
Todd.
letters, but 6.
Right, because
T-O, team-oriented. Okay, okay.
If that helps you, be my
What's
guest.
P again?
T is toughness.
P
is professionalism.
Accountability.
Competitiveness. Toughness. Team-oriented. Dependable.
I need to know that. I'm gonna be like a quarterback, right? That tape that on my wrist somewhere, just so I can
always
always
like Tone, like he just said those 6 things, and that's how I was like, whatever those things are.
You didn't expect me to, roll them out to you.
I didn't.
I'm gonna go with the Pack Todd method.
Right. I like that. Pack Todd.
What about this? Is simpler. Doug's 3-word description of Kings basketball, which he ruled out on media day. I heard him on with Dave today. They played that. We defend, we rebound, we share. How about that?
And smile. No,
that's the Keegan one.
But yeah, those top 3 is something that he's relying on. Trying to bank that philosophy through, and we'll just see what happens.
You also have to make a few shots, but I get it. It starts with sharing the ball, right? And interestingly, it literally starts with defend.
Defend. Then you rebound.
Yeah.
And then you share on the other end. Yeah.
Kings basketball, baby.
Kings basketball. Let's see what happens. I'm looking forward to it.
You a little more optimistic after hanging out with us?
A little bit, Kevin. A little bit. We'll see. I'm really, just going to concentrate on when the season starts, and we'll start with the first game, and then we'll see where we are. About that 20th game. But I said this before, and I think I said it on the show a couple months ago. Doug Christie is definitely going to be the factor of, what's going to happen with this team.
I will say this, too, regarding the coaching staff. I think this coaching staff is going to be respected by the players. When you got a Bobby Jackson, a Mike Woodson. Everybody know Mike Woodson. He's been around forever. Mike Miller. Like, I believe this coaching staff, talking about this year versus where it was to end last season, will get more respect, garner more respect from the players. I think, because here's the thing, fellas. When you have a coach that's leading you or a staff that's leading you, if you don't believe, they could have the greatest game plan in the world. But if you don't, and so I believe these players, this is just me talking, nothing I heard or anything, but just looking at the staff assembled, will have the ear of the players and the message will get across better.
Drapes, I would suggest it's not just whether the players believe in the coach and the staff or not. It's also players looking around and realizing this guy's on thin ice with the organization. That kind of undermines the message too.
Right.
Players know that. And also when your best player last year at the beginning of camp is like, he's not sure he wants to be here.
Right.
It just undermines everything.
Right.
And it worked out for De'Aaron. He ended up where he wanted to be, but it's so different this year, to your point. Who knows how it's going to work out, but everything just feels much more, it's not something we say a lot around the Kings, but stable, at least compared to last year.
Kyle, you kind of hit it, though. I mean, maybe the belief was lost after that Indiana game at G1C last year during that 5-game stretch.
Oh, yeah.
I always think about that, and this is like one of the strangest things because at halftime, it's like you guys still can, pull this thing out, and then it was just like
just got ran out.
Pen just hit the balloon and poof, and that was the end of it. And then the next game, Detroit, Ivy hitting that basket, 4-point play. It's like enough of this. You know what I mean?
And how about this, Tony? We got to remember where we were this time last year. Mike Brown's future was uncertain. Remember the contract situation? There were some rumblings that certain players didn't want him back. De'Aaron Fox situation was, up in the air. And so there was a lot of...
You know what players it was.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. I'm not saying anything. But I feel like as of this moment, there's a little bit more certainty maybe. And moves still could be made or anything, but I don't know. I don't think we have the drama even hanging over that we did to start the season.
Did it feel any different to you? I don't mean to ask a leading question, Your Honor. Maybe it didn't. But did Media Day to you feel any different than it did last year or the year before?
Lot different, man.
Yeah?
These players look way, talking about the returning players, they look way more comfortable. I mean, for DeMar to come out and say the things that he said, that's comfortable.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, it seems way more relaxed. And I think what you said earlier, though, Kyle, them getting a clean slate was all they wanted. It's just all that they wanted to, restart. I mean, remember when I told you guys I wrote a cover story on Malik about living here, and I was like, man, I wish I had a little regret about writing that story because it came out, after the season ended, and then he goes out and buy a house. This is home to him. So it seemed like he was a little bit more comfortable with everything too, even though his name was, mentioned in all these type of trade affairs during the offseason. But they just looked way more comfortable and relaxed and reserved.
I thought so too.
At some point, and willing to talk because they didn't dodge any of those questions. If you go back and listen to them, whether it was on you guys' shows, the Drive guys, Ross and Dave and Styles, they were really upfront about everything. So that, I think they feel comfortable going into the situation that they got a brand new start.
Yeah, Tony Ray Harvey joining us. Tone, when you look at the roster, and you talked about the bigs as well, is this season, I thought, a week or two ago, and we talked about it yesterday, Dennis Schroeder, depends, but might it depend on whoever the hell is backing up Domas and Keegan at the 4 or 5? That's the biggest, can Isaac Jones step up? Dario Saric, does he have enough left? What the heck we going to get from Drew Eubanks? When I look at this team, this roster, that's the big hole I see. What about you?
And I think that's what Scott Perry's looking at, too, right there at that particular area.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some really talented guards, swingmen in those other areas. And, of course, Nick might probably play a little point guard. I don't know, but, as far as the playmaking duties, that's going to be on the league.
We talked to him about that, and he was like, oh, yeah.
He'll do it.
Because we asked we talked to Devin Carter about it. He's like, I never played that before in my life.
I heard
and
you
Neek's
guys.
like, yeah, I'll do that.
And he's been Neek and Devin had been talking about picking Shooter's brain about running that position, whether in a lead way or in a point guard way, and it seems like they're at him. So maybe that's a little competition thing going on. I don't know, but if their name is called upon to back him up, maybe they look at those two. There's another thing that I noticed too about Devin while we're talking about that dude. He's chiseled like a brick, isn't he?
Yeah, I didn't notice. Is he?
Looks like he's packed up
I didn't
a couple
notice.
more pounds and stuff.
Okay.
I know.
Got
When
them
you
deltoids working, huh?
Okay. I know. When you're injured, it's not a whole. Your mobility is not a whole thing that you can like to do. But I'm looking at him. And I'm looking at Matt George standing right next to him.
Well,
now hold on.
But wait a minute, hold on.
Olive oil, you mean? It's kind of stringy there. No offense, Matt.
I'm looking in terms of height. Okay, I'm looking in terms of height. We definitely.
I think you're talking about frame.
Okay, somebody who needs some spinach or anything like that.
Oh, Popeye!
I'm looking
Sorry,
in terms
Matt. You're
of
my
length.
guy, man. I'm sorry.
And I'm looking at Matt. I mentioned it to him too. He's like, yeah, he's stouty, and he stands about a good 6'3", because Matt probably about 6'3", 6'3" and a half.
I'm sure Devin's been doing everything he can to strengthen that shoulders.
Oh boy, but and I hope everything works out for him. As far as trying to learn this guard position, but it's going to be really tough. But getting back to what you say, Kyle, those post positions, around there, the 4 and the 5, those are going to be looked at right away, right away. Now I know they're being looked at right now as we speak. During the training camp, and that's going to happen in preseason. Because we're going to see what's going to happen with that. And everybody's going to get an opportunity, and then leading up into the tip-off.
Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think regarding that position, the Jonathan Kuminga situation impacted them maybe not going out and getting Thomas Bryant or whoever it may be, somebody else? They were waiting to see. Do you think that could have played a role in? Because I got to believe Scott and Doug see what we see, right?
Yeah. I would think they would have to.
Yeah. It was like, well, if we get Kuminga, it's like Keegan, and, so, like.
You would have plugged up a lot of holes.
It's a number of bigs that, signed elsewhere. It's like he would have been Precious Achua even or somebody that, that, man, he would have looked good in the Kings uniform.
Yes.
I wonder if that held up some things.
I think it was holding up a lot of things with a lot of teams, including the Kings and the Warriors too. But those guys would definitely fill in.
Did your guy Thomas Bryant ever go anywhere?
Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Got snagged him up. Cleveland
did.
Yeah. Shoot, Al Horford. Could have helped us out coming off the bench.
But
at
I
least
think he was committed to Warriors.
Golden State.
Golden State anyway. So that probably wasn't going to happen because no sooner than Kuminga signed that contract.
Let's get
he's
out.
coming out of the gym. He's coming through the door.
What do you guys think of these odds to win the NBA Finals via DraftKings Sportsbook? Oklahoma City plus 245, the Nuggets plus 650, Cleveland plus 800, Knicks plus 850, Minnesota plus 1,300. Okay? Then you got, they call them fringe contenders, the Rockets plus 1,000 odds on winning it all, Lakers plus 1,400, Warriors plus 1,900, Clippers plus 2,000, Orlando plus 2,200, playoff teams, the Hawks plus 4,500, Bucks plus 5,000, Pistons plus 7,000, and potential playoff teams, Dallas plus 3,000, Philadelphia plus 3,500, the Spurs plus 6,500, Boston plus 8,000. We're getting there. Pacers plus 13,000. Then you got what they call play-in purgatory. Grizzlies plus 20,000. Miami plus 25,000. Toronto plus 30,000. Sacramento plus 50,000.
Dang.
To win the NBA title.
They got them about the bottom of the list, too.
The teams behind them are the Suns, the Pelicans, the Bulls, Portland, and Washington, Charlotte, the Nets, and the Jazz.
Okay, so there was other.
Yeah.
So, let me 15, 14, 13, 12. So is our floor, like, are we the 11th best team in the West based on that? Because here's the thing. When you said, play-in purgatory.
That's where their cap.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I look at the play-in tournament in two different ways, Tony. If you make it and get in, that's one. If you make it and don't get in the top 8, that's another. Like, to me, the play-in is not a negative thing.
No, you're right. Last year, the Kings and the Timberwolves were both playing teams.
Right. And look what happened to the Timberwolves, right?
Yeah.
You know? And
Went
so,
up the ladder.
Yeah.
Right. That's, I can't lump all play-in teams together. If we get into the play-in, that's good. It gives us a chance. Ideally, I want to be in the playoffs. But to me, it's all about eventually, do you wind up in the top 8? If you're in that top 8, I think that's a successful season.
I'll take the play-in game if that's,
the route you got to go.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
If that's the journey that, you pay for yourself, obviously you got that. You earned it. Some teams behind you that don't get that chance.
Right.
So if the Kings do get there, which I hope they can expand, climb up a little higher than that, hey, take that route.
Right.
Take it. I mean, they were so close to doing it. Would they play the Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah.
But, based on, the situation that was going on there, Anthony Davis coming back, and that's probably the reason why he came back, because they were going to play the Sacramento Kings, and look what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, They went to Memphis.
Yeah.
Of course, they lost, but they had another try. Yeah. Kings could have got them and Memphis.
That game against Dallas, to your point, that was breathtaking because they were just no-shows in that game.
And I have to be honest, though, Kevin. I have to be honest. It had a lot to do with experience, too. Okay, Jason Kidd been in those type of situations as coaching. All right?
Mm-hmm.
He knew the pressure probably was more on the King than it was on him. So they pulled it off. And they did.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to be the same team that they were last season.
Do you think the Kings can accomplish both things this year, getting younger, developing the young players while competing behind the veterans?
I was hoping that, because it's just, last season is gone. I understand that too, but it's like, man, you can really do something like an OKC-ish type of thing, or build your team into like the Indiana Pacers, as Scott Perry always been preaching about, these past few months, because he's looking, he's targeting, that team to set an example for the King already. But it's just, I just look at that situation and just say, hey. But in terms of, what the Kings will do, and y'all probably get tired of me saying it, though, but it's just going to really come down to what Doug Christie and his coaching staff, can conjure up here.
I think that
because there's no breakdown.
Yeah.
You got young players mixed in with the veterans. Yes, we know that, but this is the direction that I would say that they have chosen, to go this way.
Yeah.
And they're just going to bring the younger guys right into that mold.
Yeah. To me, if you take away all the conversation about, where they're going to be down the road, what you're building towards, and just look at this season, being the best you could be this season. To me, the two things you have to be is, one, you have to be better defensively, but especially you cannot get destroyed routinely from the three-point line. They got buried game after game. Those are, to me, the two things. If we're just looking at this team this year, those, to me, are your avenues to being a better team.
Well, I mean, one of the, things to keep an eye on, listening to Doug at Media Day, they also want to protect the paint and eliminate dribble penetration. So if you're sagging in too much,
you're right.
If you're too worried, then you're leaving out them open threes.
Right. Yeah.
That's something to watch early this season, because
a lot of that.
he did say, we're not letting anything get done in the paint.
You want to get to the free throw line a lot more too.
Yeah. But that's, where you need those defensive players that can cut off a drive and still get out and contend, on an open three, like the Keon Ellis. That's why Keon has to get minutes, guys like that.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does. And as these things, same way with Chris, as far as, those closeouts. I know you was talking about Dennis Schroeder, is going to help him, should be able to help him out in that category, to try to suppress some, some of that three-point shooting that we see. Because some of these guys, they come in, they're shooting 30%, but when they leave the game, they 45%. We see that so many times because they are encouraged by the scouting report to take those shots against the Kings.
Yeah, a team like Orlando comes in here, and we're all in the pregame talking
One of
about
the worst
three-point
shooting
numbers.
And you're looking at the star, that's not going in. Oh,
yeah. Paulo with the heat check. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. There's going to be some heat checks behind that because they already been, programmed to do these type of things. Oh, these guys, they don't defend well. They don't defend well.
Right. They know
they
that.
don't defend that 3 well here in their their own court.
They know
for
that.
it.
Yeah.
They know that.
You know what's one of the most amazing things about the Kings? We all know this, but every so often I just look at it. I just marvel at Domas is so consistent. I mean, not just in terms of, he's a double-double machine, yes, but you look at his numbers since he's come here, and it's almost like identical every single year. It's incredible.
It is. Which means, some of these guys, I'm not saying they have to step up or anything like that, but they have to match that intensity because, yes, he is consistent. And then most likely will be like that for the 2025-2026 season. So these guys really got to work with that because you don't want him to slide, and his production to decrease for all the work that he's been doing. But, he's steady as he go. And then again, I would like to look and see a lot more from him, too. I know he had mentioned either the first day of training day, maybe not media day, about taking more, shots from the three-point territory. So I'm looking for that, too, because he can shoot those balls. And then a lot of these opposing teams have no problem leaving him open.
Right.
So take those shots. Don't hesitate. Take those shots. So let's see if we can get some more things in some more areas from him as, he do his double-doubles and triple-doubles.
All right. We'll take a timeout. Are you sticking around?
I love having you, man.
Yeah. Tony Ray Harvey with us. We'll take a look at, guess what? There's an NFL team that's going to have another starter at quarterback. You'll never guess who. We'll also look at what's going on already today in baseball. That and more of the Drive Guys next on Sacktown Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
This March, Wendy's is fueling the madness with amazing deals on their hamburgers made with fresh, never frozen beef.
Like a juicy Dave's single for $1 and a fresh $2 Dave's double with in-app offer.
It's such a good deal, we wrote a little ditty about it.
Get it for $1. Dave's single, order in the app. Dave's single, get it for $1. Choose wisely, choose Wendy's official hamburger March Madness.
Limited time offer. Participating U.S. Wendy's. See offer details and redeem at Wendy's app. Account registration required. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S. and Alaska.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business.
From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything, from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-292-4382. That's 800-292-4382. 800-292-4382.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/SacktownSports1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Yeah, I had a feeling Jay'd bust this one out
man.
for you.
Not Simon and Garfunkel, just
Simon.
Simon. Just Paul
This
Simon.
is Garfunkelus. Yeah.
Kodachrome.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Tony Ray Harvey with us, and Tony Ray Harvey is, as you know, a writer, reporter, and a photojournalist. So we were talking about photography a while ago, and he busted out Kodachrome. So thank you, Jay. Yeah.
Right on, Jay. Right on. I like Paul back in those, I would say, with the mid-'70s.
Yeah.
Probably right around the time I
74.
started picking up the camera.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. That 50 Ways to Lead Your Lover type of thing.
Right. That's right. You have eclectic musical taste, huh? Wide ranging.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My cousins, I mean, growing up in the Midwest is kind of strange. I wouldn't say that because, I'm right down the street from Chicago, and they had a really bluesy area on that south side that my cousins used to really pay attention to, but then also noticed that they listen to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like country music too, folks.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? On top of that, and I learned
Really?
from them,
Okay.
back in the middles when reggae was coming up, so we just listened to a lot. They were just all over the place, with their music, and I kind of like follow behind them. So
Okay.
rock and roll and everything, I talk about that and stuff, but
Well,
it doesn't matter. I love music.
Can we get Tony Ray to clear up something for us? Comiskey Park, Part 1, Part 2.
Part 2.
Yesterday. So how far away are Comiskey 1 and Comiskey 2?
Comiskey, the old
It's
in the same parking
probably
lot?
not even 100 feet.
Right, it's in the same parking lot.
Right, it's in the same parking lot. I mean, it's right.
The old one's not there anymore, right? The first one.
No. And I told you guys last time I was on the show, first MLB game I ever saw was in Comiskey Park. And that was the old Comiskey Park, which I think it was built in like 1900 or something like that, because
1911 or
1910, I think you said.
Yeah, because it wasn't too far after, that big scandal.
Yeah.
That came out. That was like 1919 or something like that. But it was, I could still
was on this
smell
date.
that place, though,
Yeah.
man. That place smelled terrible, man.
That World Series started on this date. That may come up in the quiz today. I don't know. But, yeah. Whitey's
y'all might
Wayback
wanna
Machine
do-
quiz.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some research real quick.
But speaking
Watch
of
his
music,
computer, Whitey.
Speaking of music, I asked Jay to play a little Prince for us here because I got something I wanted to share. Dylan Gabriel is going to start at quarterback for the Browns this week.
Okay.
And you know what that means? That means that he'll be the 41st starting quarterback for the Browns since 1999.
Okay.
41st.
41st.
And I've got them here. So these are the 40 quarterbacks who started for the Cleveland Browns since 1999.
Tim Couch.
Tim Couch, yes.
Ooh.
Ty Detmer. Doug Peterson. Spurgeon Wynn.
Kelly
Holcomb. Jeff Garcia.
Twinkle Toes.
Luke McCown. Trent Dilfer.
Okay.
Charlie Fry. Derek Anderson. Brady Quinn. Ken Dorsey.
Man.
Bruce Gradkowski. Colt McCoy. Jake Delhomme. Seneca Wallace.
Sacramento's own.
Yeah. Brandon Whedon. Thad Lewis. Jason Campbell. Brian Hoyer. Johnny Manziel. Connor Shaw. Josh McCown. Austin Davis. Cody Kessler. RG3. Deshaun Kaiser. Kevin Hogan. Baker Mayfield. Tyrod Taylor. Case Keenum. Nick Mullins. Jacoby Brissett. Deshaun Watson. Joe Flacco. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, P.J. Walker, Jeff Driscoll, Jameis Winston, Bailey Zappi, and now Dylan Gabriel will be the 41st Cleveland Browns starting quarterback.
Do that again.
So they haven't had a franchise quarterback since Bernie Kosar. You trying to tell me?
They had one, but they didn't know they had him in Baker Mayfield.
Right.
And let him go
because they thought that Deshaun Watson was going to be.
That's terrible.
Ridiculous.
That's malpractice. And the thing is, it's different regimes too. It's not just one guy all that years, all the years. Like whoever they get in that role can't find a quarterback. Like
that's terrible.
Yeah,
that is terrible.
Browns have had 40 starting quarterbacks since.
Whoever put that together, I have to give them credit on that because I had no idea. I mean, we know they cycle through, quarterbacks, but that should be.
There's a few names on there I never even heard. Cody Davis? Who was that?
Cody Kessler?
No. Somebody named Davis. Austin Davis? Who it was? Somebody.
Austin Davis.
Austin. I don't even know who Austin Davis is.
1 game or 2 games.
Austin Davis
I'll be
was
honest.
right after Josh McCown and right before Cody Kessler. Yeah.
Who's Austin Davis?
I'm looking him up right now.
Look him up for me, Drapes.
Well, he's the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania. But, I mean, I guess I gotta look up
bigger and better.
Right,
games.
I gotta look up the football player.
To get a politician to get
Oh my God!
I gotta admit, I'm not overly familiar with Connor Shaw. You guys know?
Never heard of him.
From college.
Okay.
I remember Connor Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how about this? Austin Davis. You gotta put some respect on his name.
I will. He's a CFL champion or something. Grey Cup winner.
He started 8 games for St. Louis back in 2014.
Wow.
Really? Yeah. Played 10
St.
games.
Louis Rams.
Yeah, the Rams. Then with the Cleveland, played in 3 games, according to this, with the Seahawks in 2017. Didn't throw any passes or anything. But this guy got 10 starts to his NFL career.
He is one of the many guys on this list who at one point was pretty good, but just none of them were any good when they were in Cleveland.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Damn.
So good luck to Dylan Gabriel. And then did you see what Shedeur Sanders did?
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
he was miming answers to the reporters because he didn't want to be misquoted. So
What do you think about that?
Man, it's comical.
It's comical, right?
It's really comical about what's happening over there. But it's like, and Gabriel, let's see what happened because Flacco was never, anointed to be, the starter all season. So.
And he said, I don't know if you saw, but Joe Flacco said, I didn't see this coming. I didn't know they'd replace me.
He didn't want to do it.
Look at his numbers; they're
because he didn't want to do it. I know he didn't want to do it. Like, man, you got these young players, but maybe, they'll just get in there and play a couple games for it, then we'll see what happens right there. Because obviously, you set your sights on Gabriel playing at some point. Maybe Shedeur, get a shot too. But Gabriel was the guy that y'all, counting on, to get a few games, a few snaps this season. So let's see what happens. I mean, what's that? He'll be the 6th different player in nearly 19% of the league starters this season. He's the 6th different player. That's crazy. And that hasn't happened since 2015, 2020.
What is that again? I didn't follow that one.
It says
Daniel Gabriel, I think this is from Yahoo Sports. Set to start in week 5 for the Cleveland Browns. Every OU quarterback who started the majority of the games in each season from 2015 to 2023 is now an NFL starting quarterback, and that's him.
Oh, the OU quarterback.
Oklahoma.
Remember?
Oklahoma.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
And you
Baker,
said
Kyler.
19% of the league that makes up, you said?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who's Baker?
You
No,
got
not
Baker.
Baker.
You got-
Darnold. No, he went to
No,
Darnold.
he got Baker, Kyler. Spencer, didn't Rattler go there
was
first?
Oklahoma, but he was
Rattler. That's who I was thinking.
He was also Oregon. He was Oklahoma.
But that was
and
his
he was
last
Oregon.
team. That's
Yeah.
right.
That was his last team.
Jalen Hurts
That
got
was his last team before he
Jalen.
went to
Yeah.
Oregon. Gabriel, that is. This is that's pretty. That's pretty. Pretty good though. But it's like now, Cleveland get a chance to see what he can do despite his background, because I know he was really
Caleb
hot
Williams,
because
right?
he beat Ohio State right
Caleb Williams,
last season. Gabriel,
Yes.
he beat Ohio
Yes,
State.
yeah.
Ain't easy, And he did
And
it
the 49er quarterback news, Brock Purdy with his toe, Ricky Pearsall with his bad knee, Juwan Jennings, ankle, ribs. They're all out for tomorrow night's game against the Rams. A game that Kyle Draper has suggested might be a must-win for the Niners if they're going to win the NFC West.
You think that might because they have a short week
What's that?
with all these guys being out like that?
Yeah, I'm sure that's not helping.
I mean, they only
Get
play
Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give them a few more days if they had it. Yeah.
I love Thursday night football. It's fine just from a fan standpoint, but it may be one of the things that if all these injuries continue to mount, the league may at some point have to back off Thursday night football. Now it's all paid for stuff, so it'll be a while.
Right, Whitey? I mean,
they're not gonna sweep that money under the rug, Kevin. Thursday night football.
and for the most part, the games have been entertaining.
Yeah.
Too. Like,
Yes, it has.
it's
Yes, it has.
yeah.
We'll come back with a look at who sinks and who stinks into this week's NFL Bottom 5 next with the Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Hit the field during Sky River Casino's $400,000 touchdown for truck giveaway. Play slots and table games daily to earn entries. Then join in on the action every Saturday for a chance to score up to $15,000 in free play or a brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. Visit skyriver.com to see how you can get 100 bonus entries every Tuesday and Friday. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is, live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Into 11/1 select models only.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Tony Ray Harvey is with us. As promised, we'll get to the NFL bottom five, find out who sinks to the NFL bottom five. But since Stone is here and he covered the A's a lot, we're going to talk a little baseball right now. By the way, baseball TV ratings this year, according to the official numbers, were up. And I don't know if that's because they changed the way they measured some of this stuff. But ESPN, and this is not the playoffs, this is the regular season, up 21%, Fox up 10%, TNT up 29%. So again, I know that they changed the way they measure some of this, but those are good numbers on top of attendance numbers that were up. So I don't know, maybe baseball's making a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I had no idea about that. I know I had I had a strong interest in it, with athletics being here in the Sacramento region, and I enjoyed covering the team here, despite the situation and things like. But those numbers are pretty good, and I mean, it's baseball. It's came back. I don't know what's bringing them back. I know we were talking to, I think I heard Mark Kotze, the manager of the A's, talking about how the league is getting younger.
Really?
With the players.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe you have something to do that. And I noticed that too, as these teams that were coming through here and watching them on the road.
The games being shorter makes a big difference, don't you think?
Yeah.
People just don't have time for a 3-hour plus slog of baseball every day.
Right.
Here today is what happened, by the way. Cleveland beat the Tigers 6-1 this morning. So they're even. They'll play one more game tomorrow. The Padres over the Cubs 3-0. They will play one more game tomorrow, the determining game. Boston and the Yankees right now are 2-2, bottom third. Boston won yesterday, so Boston's trying to wrap that up. And then the Dodgers host the Reds tonight. Dodgers thumped the Reds pretty good last night with Shohei Ohtani going nuts. So that's what's going on as far as the postseason. Yeah.
Yeah, my Cubs lost today.
Who they lose to?
Kyle Ledbetter's Padres.
Kyle Ledbetter's Padres.
That's who.
Do you think the pennant races and the division races and everything played a part into the? Seemed like a lot of teams were in it.
Really,
and some new teams too. Some new blood. If it's Seattle being back in it,
teams that came in here and do these things. Of course, I follow the Cubs as well as the Brewers.
Brewers,
seeing what they did, but it was kind of weird not seeing Houston make it.
Right,
either.
Houston.
What they made it the last 8 or 9 seasons, so maybe that has a lot to do.
Yankees, they got in, Yankees. But they weren't,
Yeah, right. They hadn't been really all that stellar all year, but they did. They did get.
Even the Dodgers didn't run away, or anything like that.
Right.
I feel like some of the division races were, a little closer.
But I like it. I mean, I really didn't expect that Seattle would do what they did this season, and they miraculously, I wouldn't say miraculously did it, they earned it. They earned it. Houston
How about pardon me, but the A's, I know that you covered a lot of A's games. The Chronicle last week, I think it was actually sfgate.com, said that the first year for the A's in Sacramento could not have gone worse. Would you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't agree.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, how would you characterize that experience this year? You were out
Well,
there.
I was talking to one of the employees there Saturday, to be exact, and he's pretty much hit it on the nail. The Athletic made something out of nothing. That's a good point. They did the best that they could here, and I think with them not real. I'm going to use something that you say, Kyle. Somebody laying on the couch for temporarily and stuff, and they're not wearing out their stay. They could have did some things better, which we already know now. We just talked about that off the air. But I think it was a lot better than we expected. I thought the attendance would be a lot higher, but I think they learned in that aspect as well. But as far as I'm concerned, and the reason why I say that, I just still think that Sacramento region proved that they need their own baseball team, MLB baseball team. So,
here's the thing:
San Francisco don't even like us.
Yeah,
don't come up here then.
Right. Yeah, right. We don't need. Let me ask you this though about the attendance. Do you guys think if they were priced correctly initially, season tickets, that there would be more, fan interest, if you will? Because I say that it's one thing, the secondary, but I don't know if you can survive off of secondary market sales, And so if you lower your season ticket price, you get more season ticket holders. You might be more inclined, man, I did pay for this. Let me go out there. I don't know. How much do you think?
And I'll say this, too. There was a couple of politicians, at the state capitol that I had a conversation with about that. There was all the tickets. I mean, you getting paid, man. You can still, pay for those type of prices. But then that's just the mentality of, what we deal in this area.
Yeah.
Okay, we're so used to paying, a certain cost. That's a little astronomical for some people around here. So yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons.
And the secondary market tickets were flooded out there. Like you could, because people were pissed off. They paid so much. They're like, man, screw this, man. I gotta get rid of these. And then it flooded the market.
Right.
And it's like you get in there for $10.
It just depends how much of it was that. I agree with you. I think that was most of it. But also there was, for many, a stigma of supporting, the A's after they just left Oakland. So we'll probably have a clear idea next year, but it's got to be higher next year if they figure out the pricing. They got to have more people in there next year.
You think it'll balance out everything because it's gonna happen again next season as well. If they don't do it right.
Yeah.
Like they said. I mean, $10 tickets. Wow.
I think the team's gonna be. They showed flashes this year. Had that terrible stretch. I think there's a chance they're going to be pretty competitive next year.
Yes,
they get some
I agree with
pitching.
In here. Which we've been talking about, and obviously, I would say fortunately for them, especially after the All-Star break, their pitching got a lot better. On top of them trading Mason Miller to the San Diego Padres, which, as you can see, he's doing well. So that worked out for them too. So whatever they did, a lot of their pitching, did pick up. Not the best way that you wanted to, because but the crop that they have, coming in, I know what he got hurt at the Jacob Lopez. Then they got the other guy, Luis Morales. Jake Perkins, he also got hurt. These guys, you can look forward to them doing something in that position going into next year, as far as their pitching. But that was the main thing, because we knew what they were doing on the offensive end.
Do you guys think John Fisher cares about attendance? Or is he, I'm going to take my lumps now. I know it's going to be, is he realistic? Like, whatever it is. I'm not paying for the facility at all.
I don't think he cares about attendance per se, but I think he cares about how much money he's making, and those go kind of hand in hand. But, yeah, he's not going, oh, my goodness, we're supposed to have more people. Right. But, I'm sure he cares about how many tickets they sell. Apparently everything's green light, all full speed ahead for Vegas. Apparently.
They're still moving dirt around, right?
Let me look at the ballpark cam.
Here and there and there and here.
I think he's really concentrating on the money, that he's bringing in as well, too. So
they had a mock-up this week of the Bally's project, and it's like a huge block, and it has a hotel, and it has entertainment venues, and it has the ballpark. And if you look at it, it's not even at scale.
Right, it was smaller.
Yeah,
the ballpark was smaller.
Ballpark's too small.
Yeah, right.
There's a little more going on out there.
Look like that anyway. I thought it was
just a little more. Y'all,
It's
come on. Look at
Drapes,
the
there's one
ballpark,
wheelbarrow
Cam.
out there. I see two
Tony,
wheelbarrows and a
does
shovel.
this look like progress? And I'm not. It look like they doing anything or no?
Yeah, that's progress. Compared to where
we were
a couple months ago.
right. This is
what do they got?
right.
A couple holes.
When you look at the amount of money that they putting into,
I don't know what all this is. I don't know.
I didn't see all that.
Keep that up, Drake, so I can see that during the break.
All right, I'm gonna keep it up.
'Cause I see about two wheelbarrows, a forklift, and a tractor.
You guys are wild, man. We like to be accurate on this show.
Right.
Right? We're not just throwing out, narratives. And let's look at the evidence.
It's going to be an overnight thing, really? I mean, you got to set the infrastructure. You got to, build the foundation before you can build it up. They just started back in June, right?
It looks like someone has arranged the dirt piles. That's what
to make it look good.
This
Dirt
pile
over
goes
here.
this pile goes. So there's more order to it than there was before.
Right. Is there a pile of wood out there? Is there some wood or anything?
Man.
Concrete, mix, rocks,
That
anything?
would have us believe you put some foul lines out there and we're ready to play ball.
Right. I see the beginnings of a
that's where they're
grandstand.
gonna be playing their 6
home
games
plate
at.
is right there. Like,
Yeah.
They're going to be playing their 6 games next season.
You
in
guys are
Dirtfield.
wild,
Okay.
man. Y'all wild.
Okay.
Stevie Johnson, former NFL receiver, former 49er, the pride of Fairfield. He's going to join us with a look at the Niners in the NFL next. Drive, guys. Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing,
T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license, unlimited on the network. Customers on voice plan may know the speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs of ungated data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing at $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
What's up, guys?
For the Beam Team. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. You hear me loud and clear?
Put up a skill check on my avoiding the loss, stand out of jail, possession of sales, talking on sales, conspiracy charges, paper trails, weighing the risk. I don't write nothing down, I keep it all in my head, intelligence about my business, memory like an elephant, chasing the dreams, keeping for cream.
There is no better duo. Nope. Never.
It's the Drive Guys.
Right here on Sacktown Sports.
I don't need to tell you it's such a fun time to be a sports fan because the fall convergence is upon us. You got basketball starting. We had media day this week. The preseason games are about to start. NFL football in full swing. We're a quarter of the way into the season now. We got the 49ers and Rams tomorrow night, and we got postseason baseball underway. Good stuff, Tone. Just about anything you like. You can find some of it right now on this sports menu, you know?
It's that time of the year. And this is really what I like about this.
Well, we're going to talk football now with the, anybody from the 707. I always make time for anybody from the 707. Yeah, the 707.
Yes, sir.
Knowledge and wisdom. Yeah, went to high school in Fairfield. 9-year NFL veteran with the Bills, the Chargers, and the 49ers. We welcome back to the show Stevie Johnson. How are you, Stevie?
I'm good. What's going on with the guys? How y'all feeling?
Hold on. We ain't got no sound. Hold on.
Oh.
Let's make sure he ain't muted. Hold on.
Okay. I could hear him, Jay. Yeah, we're trying to
Oh,
make
my
sure
bad. I'm sorry. Then I couldn't hear him.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. We live?
There we go.
Yeah,
now
we're
we
good,
got you.
Stevie.
Yes,
Sorry
sir.
about that. Our bad. Hey, listen,
all
are
good.
you I assume you're pulling for your old team, the unbeaten Buffalo Bills, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always going with the Bills. I'm going with the Niners as the home team. And then I played with the Chargers, so I always got love for them out there in LA. So those are my 3 teams off top.
I know you had 1,000 yards 3 years in a row receiving with the Bills. Do you have any idea? Nobody can explain this. Maybe it's not a fair question. Why do the 49ers get hurt so often, Stevie? Why are the 49ers always dealing with seemingly major injuries week in, week out?
Hey, brother, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The turf field plays into it. That plays into a lot of teams and a lot of players if you look around the league. And then I would say this is probably the unpopular opinion. I think guys are just going too hard at practice. They're going a little bit too hard. And when you drive a Ferrari 100 miles an hour every day, I mean, you're bound to have some issues go on. So that's what I'm thinking is going on. Maybe they need to lay back a little bit on load management is my opinion.
We got our guy Stevie Johnson. Hey, Stevie, it's Kyle Draper, man. I used to work at WHAS in Louisville back in the day. Covered you in
Kentucky.
College. With the Kentucky Wildcats.
Talk to him, Drake.
Hey, I believe Rich Brooks was the head coach back then, right? When you
Yes,
were playing
sir.
there, man, those were some good. Hey, Rich Brooks, Stevie Johnson, they turned around that program, man.
Yeah.
Some great years out there. With that being said, Stevie, let's talk about current day NFL. You got Brock Purdy out. You got Mac Jones in as a wide receiver, and we know the Niners are banged up at that position. As a wide receiver, how do you help a backup quarterback? What can be done to make life easier for this Niners offense with so many injuries at the skill positions like that?
You know what? If I put myself in a 49ers wide receiver room, it's just being present in your playbook. You got to understand your plays. You got to understand your position within that offense and just being present for the quarterback. When I say present, as being available. Mac Jones, he's not a rookie. This is not his first time around. And not to mention, he's got a connection with Kendrick Bourne, from New England, you know, so he's already familiar with some guys. And then when you add the talent that these guys got, like Slick Rick, I mean, a Juice at the tight end position or at the H-back position, I mean, you got a lot of weapons to where I feel like it's not the receivers that need to do something. I think is the offensive coordinating. I think the coordinators need to say this: get out there and go 2-minute mode. You know, whether that's doing normal plays or scripted plays, but you got to do it with a sense of urgency because they have the guys, and we see them go up and down the field with CMC. But I think we're too I guess humble in the beginning. You gotta be aggressive and be in attack mode all the time. Is my say.
Mm-hmm. Steve Johnson with us, and I you may have just answered this, Steve, but I was going to ask you. You know, the 49ers, Kyle Shanahan, they're built on running the ball and stopping the run. Right now, they cannot run the ball. So, and you just addressed this, but what can a team do in the passing game when they just cannot get the running game going at all?
You see, the beautiful thing about this coaching staff is they're very creative, and we know that. So when to make up for an offensive line that's figuring out how to play with each other and how to get to that next level as one unit, you have to utilize your creativity, and that's what we have with CMC, with Mac Jones being able to lead multiple style offenses. And when I say multiple style offenses, that means the run and gun, or when you want to line up and get under center and run it if you need to. I feel like they should probably go a little bit away from that because you want to take care of CMC for later on in the season. You don't want to do too much damage, so you got to get creative in your playbook.
We got Steve Johnson joining us. I want to ask you about Ricky Pearsall. I know he's banged up, you know, a first-round pick. You know, I was a little skeptical about this.
He was a hater, Stevie. Don't let him lie to you.
He's an
Eagle you ain't like Slick Rick?
He's an Eagle fan, Stevie.
Hey, man.
Oh, man.
Hey,
I want to hear this.
I only support winners, first of all, big fella.
Hey,
first
SEC,
of all,
though, he got that SEC blood.
I know, but like, what are you seeing from him? He got a little dog in him too that I like seeing from him. He's impressing me so far this season.
Yeah. He's athletic, and then like you said, with that dog, that equals to him being a gamer. That's what I like about him. He's a gamer. He loves this game. You can see him making plays, and he's smiling out there. You know, he loves this. So he's only going to get better, and the ability to control his body, you know, I love it. When you see him making those back shoulder catches with one hand, you know, that's next level. So I feel like you got to just feed those guys more. Feed him, feed Kendrick, feed Jennings. Juwan Jennings he's also a monster. You know, he's an SEC boy, and I feel like he's a smaller Brandon Marshall. You know, utilize that, and you know, the Niners will be okay because they still got that aggressive mindset. I like how they attack these games. So we'll see how they evolve.
Stevie, kind of stand right there as we call him Tricky Ricky P. I think you called him Slick Rick, which is the same, you know, same cloth to be completely honest. One of the things that we talked about on the show is to me, he fits the mold of the Brandon Ayuk, the wide receiver for the 49ers. How is he getting open, though? Because a lot of people talked about him not taking the top of the defense off, but being kind of more of a possession across the middle guy, Arizona State, Florida. He looks like he can go over the top a little bit. You know, he beat Tarek Woolen in the first week against the Seahawks. How is he getting open?
Yeah, he's using deception. You know, when you love the game, you figure out ways. You know, you have fun figuring out ways. And when you're not the fastest, I can attest to this. You know, I wasn't the fastest, and Ricky isn't the fastest either, but he understands how to attack defenders and then how to decelerate and then get going on a defender to make him be at a disadvantage. So he's a student of the game, I would say. You know, and this is only his first full season, I believe. Right. So he's only going to get better. You know, as soon as we add more stability around him, I would say. You know, considering Brock Purdy is dealing with this injury, we don't know if he's going to be in. We don't know if Max is going to be in. You know, but once he gets stability, I mean, he's gonna take off, and we'll see a Pro Bowl out of him soon.
Yeah, Steve Johnson with us.
You got something, Tony Ray?
Yeah, I do have a question. Hey, Stevie, this is Tony Ray Harvey, one of the guests here today. You talking about Pearsall? It was interesting how he caught that one-hand pass in that game the other day. You just mentioned, you know, the incident that happened in his first season. Did you see this coming along with this type of caliber player for the 49ers?
Well, me personally, I did because I'm an SEC guy, so I kind of got a nod on a few guys. I can talk about James Cook. I can talk about Ray Davis, with them being in the SEC. So I saw how Ricky played. He was making one-handed catches over the middle like Moss was doing against the Jets. So, and that was in his season with the Florida Gators. So I knew what he had in him. To see him come back from the situation outside the field, that was something that kind of lifted my spirits on, like, this guy's he's really something else, So I'm looking forward to seeing him evolve and continue to grow. We got something special there, to be honest.
Steve Johnson with us. So Steve, obviously we're having a serious football conversation here. We appreciate your insight. But this is the second time we've had you on the show, and we haven't asked you yet about why so serious. And I'm just dying to know. I know you've talked about this. You go back to 2010, and you guys are playing, Buffalo's playing the Bengals, and please correct me if I have any of this wrong, Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens call themselves Batman and Robin. You guys come from 17 down. You score 3 touchdowns in the game. You score one of the touchdowns, and for Batman and Robin, you have a T-shirt on your jersey that says, "Why so serious?" from the Joker. That's awesome, Stevie. Can you take us through that thought process and how that all came together?
Yeah, okay. I can extend on that. I won't go too deep because you pretty much nailed it. So I walk into the building, and in the locker room, they had magazines, and all the magazines had Ocho and T.O. on the cover with their Batmobiles, because they was playing Batman and Robin. And I was like, okay, now that was the confirmation to do what I wanted to do. Now let's talk about the double entendre of it. So during that time, we know it was like the no fun league. You was getting in trouble for doing celebrations. It wasn't how it was now. So I was one of those guys who was having fun, and I continued to get in trouble every week. I was getting fined for this, fined for that, how I wore stuff. I had mixed match gloves. It was so much. I felt like, why so serious? That movie ended up coming out during that week or during that year. I'm not even sure what it was, but everything kind of played into it, But it all made sense when I stepped into that locker room and I saw all those magazines with T.O. and Ocho on there, my idols. And I said, hey, it's time to bring the Joker out. And hey, it was lit.
You were ahead of your time.
Right.
Yeah. That's God.
Hey, Stevie, I got to ask you about my Philadelphia Eagles, man. We're Super Bowl champs.
Go Birds.
Yeah, 4-0. A.J. Brown ain't getting the targets, though. How long can that last? Like, if you're a coordinator, if you're a quarterback, what are you going to do with A.J. Brown?
All right, now, if we speaking on the Philadelphia Eagles not going to the Super Bowl last year and winning, or not going to the Super Bowl even playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, then I would say, yeah, there's problems right there. I'd be concerned with the targets. However, you guys are 4-0. The Birds, they don't won a Super Bowl. He went through an entire season healthy with low targets, and then what did he do in the Super Bowl? He exploded. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I would just, if I had any words for AJ, I would say, hey, good job at being mature and not going the opposite route of, hey, man, what's going on, man? I need to get out of here, blah, blah, blah. He put out his tweet, his message, and it was still somewhat mature, but do we need to say it? I don't think so, being 4-0 and a Super Bowl champ. Just be satisfied with your health and go to the next, my brother.
Yeah.
Stevie, yeah, man, look, now you got him fired up now, Stevie. He good because you gave him some love about the Eagles.
Good now, baby. Yep.
Kind of staying there, man. I want to jump over to your Mafia real fast, Bills, while we have you. Josh Allen seems like he's on cruise mode. The Bills seem to be on cruise mode. Now with Lamar Jackson kind of going down, and not kind of, he is going down, but it looks like he still may play, according to John Harbaugh. What's your thoughts on the Bills and how they're handling their season as we know that it's either Super Bowl or bust for them right now?
Yeah, and they earned that. It's a few, like even the Niners. The Niners are still in that. They're kind of tweening on being that Super Bowl team, but it's every year. It's Super Bowl or bust for those type of teams. So they earned that. With the Buffalo Bills, this year is kind of different because I'm gonna be honest, the division is weak. It's not as strong as it was. So it's a lot of situations for Josh to mess around and learn from and be in control. So, yeah, those are the favorites. The Bills are the favorite. I'm just being honest. Everybody know that schedule is soft over there. But when it gets to the playoffs, that's when it wakes up, when you're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs and those teams like that. So, and the thing with Lamar Jackson, they're pressing the issue, I feel like. They're pressing the issue. You know, he's still got some learning to do. I think he's listening too much to the outside, and he's pressing right now, and it's kind of hurting that team. Hopefully, he'll be free of injury though. You know, so he can continue to compete.
Yeah, Stevie Johnson with us. Stevie, who are the receivers that you see in the NFL today, and you watch and you say, yeah, those are the guys that are playing the position the right way?
You know what? I want to bring up Jamar Chase. You know, for two reasons, good and a bad right now. Well, not even bad, just a learning situation. Good because I mean I seen this kid from high school and he was doing a move that I would do, and it's called come to balance, where you use your legs at a certain thing and then you can go either left, right, forward, back, whatever. And I seen him master it, and I seen him go through the ranks in LSU and then get to the league, and he's doing the same thing. So I give a lot of credit to Jamar Chase. Now, the flip side of that, Jamar Chase is going through a situation where his main quarterback for his college year and his great NFL career is gone down. And now he's showing a sense of frustration. He's got to remember that he got a C on his chest. You know, he's a captain. So with the skill that he has, he's got to adjust his end goal, understanding that his main guy isn't there, and continue to be a captain, because he's one of those guys that I look at a lot, you know, as the new generation of wide receiver. When we talk about OGs, I'm thinking Keenan Allen and Devontae Adams and Cooper Kupp.
Stevie Johnson. Hey, Stevie, you know, out here, you know, Niners country, the injuries are piling up. It seems like it happens every year. And I hear fans and even our guy Jay Johnson behind me talk about the training staff, the medical staff, what's going on, the nutrition, whatever it may be. How important is that behind the scenes stuff, the training staff, the medicals, and keeping an athlete like yourself conditioned and healthy on the field?
Oh man, it's everything. I'm not even gonna lie. Like if we're not with our families, or if we're not watching film, we're in a training room, you know, getting treatment. We're doing a hot cold therapy. We're doing something with stretching. We're doing some kind of working out. So that's everything. But to give y'all another look, like we spoke on earlier, I mean, when you go out on that field, the coaches are expecting 100%. So again, they're pushing too hard. I don't know exactly now, because I ain't been at every practice with the Niners, but you know, you get that sense of these guys are the best of the best. So you want to perform every day, and you being filmed every day. So you don't want to put nothing slow or sluggish on film. But at the same time, you got to take care of these athletes, because, these injuries, they do mount up every season. So you got to do something different. And I think that's where it is.
Stevie, kind of going off of that, how much, and you said it's everything, how much on a daily basis, beside treatment, is the nutrition part of, you know, an athlete, a football player? How much is it post not getting, attention from the doctor or the physical training staff, just coming in, getting taped up, like all those things make a difference. And it's just something that we continuously see here with the 49ers. Just how much does it really play into your day-to-day struggle, I guess, or your day-to-day operation as a football player?
Yeah, I mean, it's your job now. You know, I can tell you a quick story. I used to go to the facility as a young guy and just, hey, I'm ready to go and get out there on the field. And then I was told by a vet, hey, look, you got to get your ankles taped. You got to do everything that you can beforehand, because if something happened, you know, personally is on you, and then you're not being a professional to take care of your body so that you can help us win. So, you know, things like just going out there untaped, or not getting stretched or getting loose before practice, that can risk injury. So it's literally everything. You know, when now we talk about nutrition, I heard you say that. Okay, yeah, we can eat anything. You're free to eat anything. However, when it gets to those crucial times, that donut or that piece of that box that you ate, you go feel that when it comes to like game time and it's 2-minute drill or whatnot. And we don't want you to have to feel that, whether it's at practice or in the game, you know, so you might as well just eat fresh, eat healthy, and not let it be a liability to you. And that's every day. That's everything.
To that point, Steve, what would you think of a guy, this is theoretical, guy who has some dental work done, some dental surgery, and the surgeon tells him, you know, you can't eat anything. You got to eat only soft foods for a few weeks. And then he's eating pretzels and he's eating sandwiches.
Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's.
And then he has to go back in to the dentist like the next week, and they got to do the whole thing over. That's a guy's not being professional, am I right?
Hey, he's either not being professional or he's stupid paid, man. 'Cause he got the money.
He said stupid paid. He said stupid paid.
Something going on.
Hold on. He said you could be stupid paid.
He got to be caked up because he continue to do that though. Like you got to think, bro.
You might be right about that. You might be right about that. Cake up. I'm not going to say who it was. Hey, I'll tell you what, Stevie. Sometimes you need a couple extra days off, and you look for any excuse. You know what I mean?
Okay, or that. It's a plan behind it. It's
right.
something behind it.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the games.
Love. Take care, guys.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, fam.
Wow.
All right.
Oh,
That's
there
good
we go,
stuff.
Steve Johns.
Man, I ain't talked to Steve in 15, 16, 17 years.
Yeah?
I'm glad. And he's a weekly guest, right?
I believe
that's
he
awesome,
is.
man. I love Stevie Johnson. He was massive at Kentucky, 1,000-yard season. I mean, and the team went 8-5, which is great for Kentucky. Like, this was, I mean, he was a god out there on the UK campus. Man, he was nice.
It's interesting that he went right to, as far as an explanation for the injuries, maybe they're practicing too hard. That is.
I think, did you say that yesterday?
Well, I
or
did,
somebody?
but that's because that's what Matt Barrows has been saying.
Yeah. They're going too hard.
Yeah, because Thursdays, according to people that used to be there, the people that are there now are not going to complain too much. But people that used to be there say Thursdays, they practice about as hard as anybody.
On Thursday.
Yeah.
That close to, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't it weird, though, in today's sports? Load management, practice too hard. There's a sweet spot in there somewhere, right? And it doesn't seem like the Niners have figured it out. And it happens across the league. But every year, Jay mentioned it, it's not just the 45th man. Look, your star players are going down with injuries every single year. Something got to be up. Or like Stevie said, something got to change. You know what I mean? You got to look at it and, clearly whatever's happening ain't working right now for the Niners.
I don't know if change is something the 49ers current regime does very well.
Well,
you can see it. Is it coach? Is it the coach doesn't do it very well?
It seems like they like the way they do things and they're going to stick with them. Doesn't it?
But you got all these people getting hurt, though.
I know. They just seem like,
consistent.
whether it's special teams tone or injuries, or they just seem like this is the way we're doing it, and we'll figure it out. Offensive line, you don't draft offensive linemen. That's the way we do it.
Don't worry about special teams. That's the way we do it.
Yeah,
Drapes, you could speak to this, and I was going to ask this to Stevie. We can ask him next week, obviously, but you have the opportunity to travel with the team quite pretty much, 75% of the season. You've talked about it before. I've had the opportunity to be a part of a team and travel. As much as it is luxurious, it's still travel.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so with that being said, I've heard you say, and I can't remember, and I was trying to think in my mind what series and what part of the schedule was last year. And I remember you coming on the show and I was like, look, fellas, we got in super late. We got in like 3 a.m. last night. And I didn't even have time to rest my bones. The players had to get up and hit shoot around and watch film. And he was like, and Drapes, you said, I went and got a coffee. Does the travel play a huge part in that too? Like, I've heard you talk about travel. You can have travel losses.
Yeah,
like
100% with the NBA. I go back a couple of years ago, and I told this story. We played Houston. We fly into Houston, and this goes to working the guys too hard. We fly into Houston, like a 4-hour flight. Houston's down there, right? And we get off the bus, and we go to practice. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm jet lagged. I'm gassed. Like, mentally, I'm out of it. And these guys are going to practice. And what happened? We got our butts kicked the next couple of days. Conversely, too, Jay, the travel is first class all the way. No doubt about it. No strain on the players. But when you get into a city 2, 3 in the morning, you can't just go right to bed. For some players, they go and get treatment. So I may fall asleep at 4, but Harrison Barnes or Malik ain't really getting to bed till 5 because they go for treatment. Like, that's the stuff people don't see behind the scenes. Like, I was shocked because what happens is you land, you get to the hotel, and the medical staff, they go right to the ballroom to set up all the medical stuff because they got players coming down at 4 in the morning for treatment. And so, yes, that does play. But look at the Kings. I think it was after my first or second year, they made major changes to their medical staff.
Oh, yeah?
They made major changes to their medical staff. Look at the Celtics. When I was there, Isaiah Thomas, our guy, the pizza guy, had the injury, had to labor him. After that season, they changed the entire medical staff. We know Whitey from the NBA. And Jay, you've heard this. Tony, you've heard this. Back in the 90s, the Phoenix Suns medical staff at 2000s was top not like, so the medical staff does make a difference. They do matter, 100%.
I remember Oscar Robertson telling me he had to wrap up his own ankles and do his own medical things. And
that's
like
why guys only played 7, 8, 9 years, 10 years. Now you got NBA players, 20 years. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you look at Isaiah Thomas, the old Pistons bad boy. Larry Bird, 13 years, 11 years, 9 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, and LeBron's getting ready for what, year 23?
23.
Yeah.
Damn.
Makes a difference. Now, what about the time zone? That has to play into it too, right, Drapes? I mean,
it totally does.
For sure.
What Jay was
That
talking about.
For football, that would be a factor. For the football players, the travel's not as much because you're not playing every night, right? But the time zone definitely.
Was it Kyle Shanahan and the Niners? They left Friday to try and get adjusted to the time zone instead of a Saturday, let's say. You know, think about it. If you're going to L.A. or something, you could just go Saturday or late Friday night or whatever. But 100% the time zone, I think, matters. And how many times have we heard teams, you know, especially West Coast teams, when I was out east, you know, those are early games for them. The 1 o'clock game is really 10 o'clock for them.
Right.
Like, and you got to be up for that. So, yeah, I think all that matters, man.
Yeah. Remember the 49ers, didn't they start this during Harbaugh's run? Or if they had 2 games back there early in the year, they would just go
stay there.
play one and then stay out in
Cleveland or Cincinnati or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Made sense.
Get acclimated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just stay on that EST.
Yep.
So Mac Jones tomorrow night, here we go. Drape says Mac Jones is way better than Brock Purdy.
Nobody said that.
Well, you said something. I don't know.
I feel like I'm on CNN or Fox twisting my words or something. What the hell's going on here, man?
You said maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
I still stand by that. Maybe someday.
No one can, who knows?
We don't know. We don't know.
You said there was other players, other quarterbacks who's been in the same, same boat. And they're still playing today after 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You know?
We'll come back with a look at the NFL's bottom 5 also. There's another NFL player who did not know there were ties in the NFL. Should there be ties in the NFL? We're back with that. Sacktown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So, I'm opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed menu boards and banners printed.
What you really needed was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs, even flyers in time for my grand opening.
And that's when the other shoe dropped.
Not quite. I got $125 off my custom print order.
Cha-ching! For your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. Valid in-store and online. Ends 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Can I love you right here? I wanna love you right here.
Drapes and Whitey. Whitey and Drapes. You know the pair, the Drive Guys.
Thanks to Tony Ray Harvey for joining us for a while today. Tony had to go. I guess was hoping to go see Stevie Nicks at the Goal 1 Saturday, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it, so that's too bad. But I asked
Why
him.
not?
I don't know. He said, I really wanted to go. I really wanted to go see. I guess he's busy or something.
Texas. What the hell's going on here? That's his girl, too,
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah.
Come on, man. Got to get him some tickets or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Get him up in the suite.
That'd be nice.
Yep. Jay got the connects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Red Sox and the Yankees are playing. It's 2-2 here, and I just have to think. I know the Red Sox are a big brand, but it's 2-2 at the bottom of the fifth, and the Yankees have a runner on second with 2 outs. You have to think MLB and the commissioner they really don't want the Yankees to lose this series. They certainly don't want them out in 2.
Right. This is, ideally, based on rivalry, would be a ALCS or something. But to have this potentially over today, Yankees maybe getting bounced today, like you said, at least a do or die winner take all game 3 would be nice for Major League Baseball.
I mean, last year was a perfect scenario with the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. So.
Oh, that's a deep. Oh,
Aaron Judge.
Oh, he misplayed that.
Ball left fielder drops the ball.
He's trying to stretch it to. Oh, all right. Whew.
The Yankees take the lead.
They take the lead, though. RBI.
Yeah. Base hitter, E7, Drapes, Mr. Scorekeeper.
That's probably an E7.
Yeah.
I was about to. I know. Come on now, big guy. You got to make that grab.
At this level, right, Jay? At this level, that play
gotta have it.
Made.
Playoffs, baby.
Yeah. Well, I was watching last night after the show ended. We saw the end of the Yankee game. They had the bases loaded against Chapman, and then he struck out 2 guys, and he got Chisholm to fly out to right. And Jay's not a Yankee fan, but he was just offended by their approach. Were you not, Jay?
Yeah.
He was
what's
deeply
wrong,
offended.
Man, I mean, nuts shortening up, not trying to go opposite, not trying to box nothing up the middle, didn't pull up on the bat. I mean, just swinging through stuff. Come on,
not
Drapes.
Smart baseball.
Just terrible.
Right.
Terrible baseball.
Low baseball IQ.
Bases juiced.
Right.
But it's
down by 2.
Chapman. I don't think he
struck
threw
out
anything
Stanton.
over 100 until the bases were loaded, and then almost everything was over 100 miles an hour.
Struck out Stanton. Chisholm with a weak fly ball.
And then
Grisham struck out.
Swing and a miss.
Just terrible.
Bases loaded, no outs.
Couldn't even push one across.
Yeah. It was just funny. Like I say, Jay's not that he's rooting for the Yankees, but to him, there are standards. You're supposed to play the game at that level a certain way, and the Yankees did not meet those standards in Jay's eyes.
It's the typical AL versus the NL conversation that's been going on for years, right? Because NL, someone will say, they would have laid a bunt, played small ball, and I know that's kind of out the window nowadays with the DH, universal, but still, like Whitey, we were sitting here watching it. Stanton swung through 3 pitches that didn't even have. It's like shorten up, choke up, crowd to plate, make an adjustment. No one made an adjustment. They all went up there and swung like it was second inning, and nothing was on the line. Couldn't even get a fly ball, Drapes.
Well, your guy did hit a fly ball.
Yeah, he did. They should have
shallow,
sent them.
though.
Yeah, but I can't remember who was playing right field with that noodle arm.
It was a terrible throw.
It was It was way up the line. Yeah, it was halfway up the line towards the base. Could have easily stole. And knowing that it was 2 outs because Chisholm was the second out of the inning,
right?
You push it.
Yeah.
You push it.
Yeah.
You gotta. They look at analytics all the time. You don't know that guy out there in right field don't have no arm.
He's a pie thrower.
Man.
Yeah.
Talking about.
Anyway.
Shot pudding.
Yeah. Yankees trying to take this when they got the lead in the 5th inning.
I see you didn't want to celebrate why Mr. Harvey was in the building.
Celebrate?
Yeah.
Celebrate what?
That W.
Yeah, I didn't realize when Tony came in and I did remember. Oh, he's from Chicago.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it would be nice to get too excited when his Cubs went down to defeat.
Think he celebrated yesterday?
I think a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're a better man than me.
Yes, sir. You are. I was just.
Shoot, I would have came in here, standing on the desk and everything. Like, take that. You know?
Still got one more to go.
True, but you got to celebrate it while you have it because you might not get the second one.
Yeah. Well, I know that the A's got a great prospect in Leo DeVries, but Mason Miller. Wow.
Yeah.
104 on the black.
Yeah. Man.
Good night.
A win-win.
Yeah.
If DeVries pans out to be, what he's supposed to be. Mason Miller is an outstanding baseball player, outstanding pitcher. And to have him come in the 7th.
Yeah.
And then they normally go to someone in the 8th. What am I missing? He goes 7th, then someone in the 8th, and then
they have Estrada, and they have Miller has been pitching the 8th, and then Suarez. But today, they did a little differently because it was do or die.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got 4 guys down there that.
Okay.
Yeah. That they like a lot, but they got to win one more game.
Heavy arms, baby. Heavy arms.
Yeah. Who do you guys think belongs in the NFL this week's bottom 5? Who sinks and who stinks into the bottom 5? We got the Saints, Titans, Jets are all 0-4. Okay? So you're automatically in the bottom 5. The Dolphins finally won, but they beat the Jets, and their differential's minus 35. So I would still have the Dolphins in there. Then who rounds out the bottom 5? Would it be Carolina? Would it be Cleveland? Cleveland still has that big win over the Packers. Would it be the Giants? They beat the Chargers, so I don't know if we can hang that on them. Would Carolina be your other 5th team in the bottom 5? Or maybe you wouldn't have Miami in there after their win.
No, I'd probably go Miami. Especially now with no Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Banged up, and like you said, it was a weak win for them. Anyway, one team I think that is trending to that bottom 5, maybe bottom 8, Cincinnati.
Yes.
They get rolled when they lose. The offense. Shout out to our guy Browning, but the offense is abysmal.
Look at their point differential.
That's what I saw. I was like, ooh, it's 2-2, but a minus 58.
Yeah.
Come on. So wait, who's in the bottom 5? Give it to me. Who's in your 5?
Well, I have the 3 winless teams.
Okay.
So Tennessee and the Jets and the Titans are automatic.
Yeah.
Then I have the Dolphins still in there, even though they won. And then I would have Carolina rounded out.
We need one more? Yeah. You said one more after that. Carolina? Yeah, I probably agree with you on that.
Carolina does have the 1 win. They're minus 20.
Cleveland in the running for that?
See, me personally, I can't put them there because they beat the Packers, but maybe I should.
And they got solid defense, right? Usually,
What do you think, Jay? Cleveland belong in there?
I'd go Carolina over Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And you'd have Miami in there? Miami's been.
Yeah, Miami. I tell you another team, though. That Raider team.
I knew he was going to say that. I was thinking that.
Do it.
Texans, too. Texans haven't played that well, even though they're up in differential.
Right.
Yeah.
Texans are.
They just, I don't know. I can't figure them out right now, the Texans.
There was today on Twitter, there was a play, pass play, someone showed where the tackle and the guard, there was some mix-up, and I think it was from this week's game. they blocked each other. It was like the guard was pulling and the tackle was pulling the other way. They ran into each other. And then, C.J. Stroud got sacked. It was like, oh, my goodness. It was like the Keystone Cops or Benny Hill or
But with the Texans,
more
Jay,
current.
and they're close to being 2-2, 3. Like, they've had a tough schedule. Rams, at Rams, tough. Buccaneers, tough one.
Yeah.
Lost by 1. And that Jacksonville game Jacksonville's proven to be a little bit better. And then they beat the Titans, of course. So you can't give them credit for that.
I wouldn't.
Maybe their schedule is tough.
I wouldn't put them in my bottom 5, but I get your point, Jay, because they just haven't looked very good.
Yeah, right. They haven't.
They haven't.
Compared to, I think, expectations too play a role in that. I think if you were to ask anybody, they would be in the fight for that division, right? Mm-hmm. Like most people would have thought they were in a fight for it, which right now they're not.
And why do you want the Raiders in there?
Well, because of the Raiders.
He's just trolling here, right? He's just trolling.
What have they done right?
They won their opener.
Okay.
Yeah, they look good, and then it's been dismal last couple. I don't know what's going on with my boy Gino out there.
Yeah.
I told you what's going on with him.
Yeah.
He's average. He's the 15th best quarterback in the league. That's average.
Yeah, some stability at the position. You thought average would be enough to make him, I'm not saying playoff contender or anything like that, but Geno's looked bad last couple weeks. I know. Like.
Yeah. But that's typical. Isn't that who he is? Like, he's the type of guy who's there's going to be a week he's going to throw for 300, and it's like, okay, there goes Geno Smith. And then there's going to be where it's like, damn, he threw 2 picks, 3 picks. Well, there goes Geno Smith. Like, he's been that throughout his whole career. Now, early on, we could talk about Jets and stuff. We could throw that out there. But even with Seattle, like, he's not blowing people out.
It's kind of funny, and I don't think he's gotten as much protection as he'd like from the offensive line. But when everyone thought he was terrible, it's like, wow, he's pretty good. And now that everyone thinks he's supposed to be pretty good, it's like, he's not that good. And to Jay's point, he's probably just the same. It has to do with how you're looking at him.
But wasn't he one of the most accurate passers the last year or last couple years or something? I heard on, during the telecast.
It almost looks like he's trying to do too much.
Yeah. And
overcompensating?
12 sacks, been sacked, average of 3 per game. That's a lot.
There you go. That's the key to me. He's not getting the time to do what he normally can do. We'll come back with another look at the NFL. As I said, there's another player that didn't know we had ties in the NFL. And you know what? Maybe we shouldn't have ties in the NFL. And we'll tackle that coming up on Sacktown Sports.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
The Sacktown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Niners suffer their first loss of the season, 26-21 to Jacksonville. Brock Purdy returned after missing 2 games and threw for over 300 yards and a pair of touchdowns, but also had a couple of interceptions. Travis Etienne rushed for 124 yards and a TD for Jacksonville. Quick turnaround for SF as they travel to LA on Thursday for a big divisional matchup. Catch the game this Thursday beginning at 4 o'clock right here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Alan Stiles today brought in this Brent Rooker bobblehead because they had a party last night for employees of the A's and the River Cats, and then he just left it here in the box. So can't we take this out and put it up with the other bobbleheads?
Yeah, that's part of the set, if you will.
I think that's why I brought it in, right?
Studio, if you will.
Yeah. And it's got the career home run counter on there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
You know what I have somewhere at home? I think I have two. I have two Greg Vaughn bobbleheads, and he autographed both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One with the Brewers and one with the Padres.
All right.
Yeah, I'll talk to Alan about it tomorrow. I'll leave it in the box.
I thought that he left it there for a reason. Like I thought he just donated it to the studio.
You know, some people is like, well, you have to leave it in the box. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a collectible, or once you take it out, you ruin it. So I don't know how he feels about it.
Yeah,
It's when we was listening to what Alan tells us.
just give me that. That's mine now. Come on. You leave it here though, it's like it's fair game, right?
Well,
like my ice cream.
Oh man, here you go.
Hey, the ice cream that you brought in to give to other people.
Share.
I ain't never gonna let y'all live that down. I'm not letting y'all live that one down, man.
Dude, I should have treated you Saturday. That's my fault.
Right.
I should have treated you to some ice cream Saturday.
I know, Jay.
You're right, man.
You ain't hooked me up.
I got to be better than that. I got to be better than that.
You owe me. And Whitey, you notice Whitey ain't.
Wait a minute, I owe you now.
Now, Whitey, I will say, he gives me occasionally some cards for my son, or is it Jaylen Brown or Tatum? So, he hooks your boy up.
Tatum, I think I sold you, but but I gave you a good price.
All right, you gave me a good price. All right. Oh, man.
I got some cards for Jay last weekend at the show.
At the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, sir.
Look at this guy.
Rookie, too, man.
Dude,
thank you so
much. A couple
much.
people were mad at you at the show, Jay.
That's fine.
They were like, we brought this Sweet Pea Purnell Whitaker glove for Jay and this signed autograph, pictured magazine cover for Jay, and he ain't even stopped back past. Like one of the booths, those guys.
Dude, I can't be everywhere all the time.
My man took it out of his personal collection to bring it to you.
I asked to buy it. He didn't. I saw him the next day, Saturday, and they never said nothing about it.
Oh, really?
No.
All right.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I saw both of them.
You know what I need, though, fellas?
What's that? What do you need?
From my lips to Emran's ear. That came out wrong. That was a pause.
I got what you said.
You know what I meant.
Yeah.
You know what I never see?
Because I'm not. Kyle, press pause.
That did not sound good. I used it the right way.
You did.
The sad thing is you're probably going to hear it again and again and again.
But in today's world, you can't say it for some reason. All right. I never see any Tiger Woods memorabilia out there.
Hard to get, right?
Right. That's like, I think we asked, we had the discussion a while back. What's the one thing you want, for collection? Or I need a Tiger Woods signed something before it's all said and done.
I was at Emeren's store, this was a few months ago, and somebody had, I think it was a picture of Tiger, and it was one of the flags from Augusta.
Right, that's what I need.
Was that for you? Or
No, I didn't get it. No,
right,
I don't
okay.
have anything from Tiger. Nothing. No signed ball, no signed nothing. Not even a picture of him and I together.
Tiger's your guy, huh?
That is my guy. Like, seriously, there's Magic Johnson.
Wow, I didn't know
and
that.
then Tiger Woods.
Really?
Tiger is my guy, man. Yeah, I mean, he got me into golf. Like, when you think of the athletes that have transcended sports and really just become mega stars, there's Jordan. Where would you say Tiger is in that? Is he LeBron? Is he ahead of LeBron? Like,
Tiger made golf popular.
Like
mainstream, big time popular.
Is he Lance? He's ahead of Lance. Like,
yeah.
Next to Jordan, it might be Tiger Woods of the last 40 years or so.
Yeah. Now, from what I know of golf history, I think Palmer did that a little bit way back when.
Yeah.
Maybe he did it a lot. I just don't know. But what Tiger did was, it was, Mike Tyson was like that, but just for a short period.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tiger was up there with Michael.
I wonder, and I'm just thinking, man, and I know Whitey got the rundown here. This guy works hard every day. But I wonder the Mount Rushmore of sports icons in the U.S.
Jackie Robinson.
Muhammad Ali. Jordan. Who's the fourth? Somebody.
Tiger.
That's like
all time.
It's not a football player,
Babe
right?
Ruth?
It's
might be Babe Ruth. If we're looking at just the impact, Babe Ruth was, and I'm not arguing for him, I don't care, but he was the first superstar.
Yeah,
he was the
in
first
sports?
larger than life.
Right.
Yeah, with endorsements and just everybody around the world knew who he was. So he might be up there.
Yeah, he might be. And then,
but it also depends on how you slice it. Because, like, to me, Babe Ruth was way more famous than Jackie Robinson. But Jackie Robinson, what he did is...
Robinson,
He changed sports.
Nobody did what Jackie Robinson did.
Right. It's not a hockey. Wayne Gretzky? No.
He's not even American.
Yeah, not even.
Which is fine. Don't get me wrong.
I know. All right,
But you
Whitey.
just
I see how it
you
is.
just said American.
Yeah. And
Who's the woman?
Billie Jean King.
Did she change sports that much?
She did a
Transcend
lot,
sports?
I think.
Yeah, but I don't think. I'm talking like
FloJo,
pop culture icon, like and,
Well, to everything.
And I know beating Bobby Riggs and everything was huge, but
that was for.
I don't think Billie Jean King gets revered like she should now. Like in today, like Babe Ruth, Michael Jordan, the legends.
I agree with you. I know what you're saying.
Tiger still, like these people are like almost movie economies. When they come to town, you got to see them. Like who's that level? Obviously, an Ali fight, Ali for sure.
Tyson for sure. At one point in time, he was larger than life.
Right.
I mean, he still is. He still conducts, big crowds and people are interested and. It's a circus. He's definitely one of those guys.
But right pre-Buster Douglas.
Oh,
right.
Do that video game.
Change everything.
Yeah.
That's. I mean,
is there truly like cool?
Right.
I'm really sitting here thinking. Over the last 15 to 20 years, who would be the woman? Who would be the lady? Who would be the young lady?
Serena.
Serena? Yeah, I'm thinking it's a Serena.
That moves it like that. Yeah. Any track and field athletes?
It should be Simone Biles, but
she's close.
Yeah,
she's pretty close.
I just feel like, with Tiger, there is such a frenzy. It's almost like, and I'm not comparing them, I'm talking about the frenzy, like the Caitlin Clark phenomenon. But Tiger backed it up with accolades, actually, in his sport. But where people just go out of their mind anytime he's around or in an event or anything like that.
One of the things I remember about Tiger is towards the end when he wasn't as dominant as he had been, but he was still playing. If you watch golf, they'd show the leaderboard, and typically they go like 2 pages on the leaderboard. They would always go as many pages as they needed to until they got to Tiger.
Right. Even to
show
this
people,
day.
oh, he's playing, keep watching.
If he plays in a tournament today, it's still major news. And the dude's been out of his prime for a while. Like, it's obviously was great at golf, but then the stuff with his wife and that dude transcended sport. Like,
Yeah. Even now, as you said, if he walks, people pay attention. We look at his children, Charlie, people pay attention.
You're a LeBron, not a Michael guy, but you put Michael up there. Why?
Because the way people react to Michael. Like, Michael, and timing has something to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, Michael in that era was larger than life. LeBron, as great as he is, and I'm a LeBron guy, he doesn't have the mystique of Jordan.
I agree.
He's not, the first great basket. Like, Jordan, the timing, like, if Jordan played now, and it's not a knock or diss, but he wouldn't have the same cultural impact if he played now. It's just he came along at a time where we had never seen a guy move like that.
You know what it is, too? And this is for me, and I like LeBron in this fact. He's more personable. He's not mysterious. He's not, he doesn't carry mystique. We catch him out at concerts. We see a drink in his hand. We see his family, and a lot of that plays into, like you said, the era, social network, television, things like that. We know, Jordan was a cigar enthusiast. We know he was a gambler. We know he liked to drink, those type of things, or he did drink. He still drinks. But I think it plays a difference. How many times have we heard this before, and not even to get in political forum, but a lot of people are like, well, what does Jordan think? Remember, there was a point in time where people were trying to figure out, well, let's hear what Jordan has to say about it.
You remember his famous line, why he didn't take sides?
Yeah.
Republicans
buys tennis shoes, right? Tennis shoes. But where compared to, LeBron has walked the plank. He's put himself out.
Can you imagine if LeBron said that right now?
Come on, man. He'd get crucified.
Oh, my God.
Get crucified. Because the difference of it is, and you guys know this as much as, you guys have a celebrity status to yourself. No, seriously, though, because this is the one thing that I tell people outside of here, like when they ask me questions about anybody that I've worked with or do I know, they see it. Social network, reality TV, things like that, it allows your favorite whoever person of interest, they see it. And don't get it twisted. If you're sitting here listening, if you're adding a person, they might not sit down and read 30,000, but I bet you they'll read 1,000. It's the truth. I've been around them. They see it. And so that's the thing where you're talking about eras, Drapes, I think you're spot on.
Right.
If Jordan was in his era, he wouldn't have that type of mystique.
It's a funny thing about Jordan. Well, conversation continues. We'll be right back. Kyle Draper just wondering the Mount Rushmore of sports icons in American history. Yeah. You got any thoughts? 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Drive Guys, right back. Sacktown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Need cash fast? Tap into the value of your home with a home equity line of credit from Valley Strong Credit Union. Whether it's for home improvements, debt consolidation, or that dream vacation, you can get your cash offer in minutes. That's right, just minutes to unlock the power of your home's equity with no hard credit pull to see how much cash you can get. No stress, no waiting, just smart local banking that puts you first. Grow your possibilities with Valley Strong Credit Union. Visit valleystrong.com to get started today.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Zach Geloff, out with that dislocated left shoulder, underwent successful surgery in Los Angeles in late September. Should be fully recovered and expected to return in 2026. Left-handed pitcher Sean Newcomb felt left elbow inflammation and unfortunately is out with the rest of the season after feeling tightness in his left elbow following his most recent outing. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You'd pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
KHD-KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Just watching a little baseball here while we're doing the show. The Yankees and the Red Sox are tied at 3, top of the 7. Rodon just plunked somebody in the shoulder, so the Red Sox have 2 on, nobody out in the top of the 7th inning with the Yankees facing elimination.
Yeah, Yankees look shook right now. They look like they're about to go home early this October.
Guardians facing elimination today. They were victorious, as were the Padres, and then the Reds hope to survive tonight against the Dodgers. But we're just talking about want to make sure I have this right, Drapes, the Mount Rushmore of sports icons. Yeah. And here's, you can slice this a number of ways.
American.
Thank you, Jay. Compio says the most known athlete ever was Ali. Logical Raptors Fanatic says North America goats of Mount Rushmore, Jordan, Tiger, Gretzky, Brady. But you did say American. And then also are we talking about the best players? When you talk about icons, that brings a lot more into play.
Yeah, and I think when we're talking icons, it's more that your impact off the field or court. Like, that's why, as Tom Brady, widely regarded as the GOAT of football, but he's not in that iconic, like you said, Babe. Ali probably might be number one, I would imagine.
Yeah, I know
Jordan,
what you mean.
Too. But, like Tom Brady walking down the street is great, but it's not.
You're going beyond just what they did on the field, which obviously it's sports. It's very significant, but you're going beyond that. But you had another one that was like a automatic for you because you had Ali, you had Jordan. Oh, Tiger.
My boy Tiger. Yeah, I think Tiger Woods, man. Just the mere mention of his name, he puts out a tweet and it's on sports, like just the way, his celebrity status and the way people react, The thing about Tiger, and I always remember this, with my son Nick, who didn't get to see Tiger when he was really good. And when Tiger won, it was at Eastlake, I believe, the Tour Championship in 2019. Nick and I were able to watch it together, and he got to see the power of Tiger and the thousands of people following him up the 18th fairway. Like, just that moment, gave me goosebumps, and just to see the way people react to him. I mean, even to this day, if Tiger plays in a tournament, the viewership goes up, And think about this, too.
Everything goes
up. Tiger made golf cool for people of color. And he took the purses from you win hundreds of thousands to now you win millions, all because of Tiger Woods. And I'll say this. Nafisa Collier, of the WNBA, had some words for the Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. But she mentioned Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, these women are it's almost like Bird and Magic changing the NBA, then Jordan taking it to a different level. That's what Tiger did. Ali, obviously, he was a cultural icon too.
Yeah.
Whitey said Babe Ruth. Like, who's that other person?
Jackie.
Somebody said Willie Mays out there also.
He just did. Ramsey has said that behind me. The only thing about Willie, it's not a bad thing, God rest his soul. It's the new generation. They weren't hunting for Willie Mays like 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Like I'd probably say around my generation, 35 to 45, Willie was like, oh, that's Willie Mays. Mm-hmm. After that, it's, it's more Griffey, it's more Bonds, it's more like no matter who you talk to. I was just looking at Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali Walsh. Mm-hmm. He just posted a video on his Twitter and I believe it on his Instagram. And it was a video of the late, great Muhammad Ali taking a video of himself or somebody holding it for him. And he was telling his grandson, make sure you shoot the jab and duck to the left. People still care about it. Millions of views. That's transcending.
Yes.
That's still, we care. And that's the difference. Unlike, like Bonds is kind of phased out. There's a mystique to it, but he's kind of phased out.
The accomplishments stand forever, but as far as the cultural impact.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know that Willie Mays,
forever,
arguably the greatest baseball ever,
yep,
had that kind of cultural impact beyond baseball. And I don't know if he really cared.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Like Hank Aaron.
Hank is probably,
He didn't care about any of that stuff.
Nah. But Hank probably has more mystique than Willie Mays because of the things that came along with the records that he was making. And I'm not saying, obviously, Willie played in the Negro League, went through all of that.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I think you're right. Like, Willie didn't care that much to, dive into that.
Yeah.
Where you had I'll give you another one, Wilt Chamberlain. It's like, still to this day, people care, or there's a running joke, or, like, those are the things that I think when you talk about transcending and iconic and people, it still moves the needle. Like, if you put up if we made a documentary of Wilt Chamberlain and why, as the running joke, the 100-point game is not, couldn't find it on film or anything else, people would care. Just like we watched, Jordan's.
Yeah, Jay, when I was a kid, Babe Ruth had been long in the past, but everyone knew Babe Ruth. And Wilt Chamberlain was kind of like, if you're going to say the Babe Ruth of basketball, it was Wilt Chamberlain.
Well, yeah. I think, one thing we talked about, era, social media, all that, I do think technology plays a part, because to Jay's point, Wilt, 100-point game is sort of, now it's being debunked, debated. Like, if there's video, like coming Ali, get to see his fights, the video component of it, I think, matters too.
Yeah.
Because TV, radio, media creates celebrity too. There are tons of great, but if you couldn't see them or hear them or watch them on TV, it's like you didn't know
True.
who, newspaper told you and everything, but it was, I don't know. How much does that?
Your 3 automatic berths. You said Ali, a great all-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah, Ali's
Michael
in there.
Jordan, a
Yes.
great six-time
Jordan's in there.
champion.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, dominant in the majors.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't mention Wilt, but Wilt didn't win that much for as great as he was.
Right.
So that's another thing that keeps him from that,
Which is-
fairly or unfairly.
And these kids these days, and I love my
these
son
kids.
to death. But he had Wilt, I think, 16th on his all-time. And I'm like, come on.
Who
I
do
know,
you have in
that's
front
what
of
you
him?
called
Kevin Willis?
Right.
Kevin Willis was in front of
Calling
him.
me, what's wrong?
Right? Oh, yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
I called you and Emmerich like, do you believe what he had him like 16th? And I'm like, see, but that's the thing. These all-time greats are at the top no matter, their greatness can't be, Babe is always going to be a gold standard. Tiger, there may never be another Tiger. Jordan, like these guys are always going to be.
Kobe's up there now because he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
It's escalated for sure.
Do you guys find that you have a harder time thinking of more current guys in that way? Because I thought of this today. I was watching the Guardians Tigers game, and they showed a statue there in Cleveland, and I think it was of Jim Thome. I think that's the statue. Yeah. And my first thought was, why do they have a statue of him? And then I realized,
500 plus home runs.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I know, and I realized, okay.
Right.
Just because he wasn't one of the heroes of my youth doesn't mean they shouldn't have a statue of him.
Yeah. Now you might be right.
Yeah, maybe. I go back to the social network and reality and television, the availability of some of these people.
Yeah.
We're fine. You know what it is, fellas? We're finding out they're human. The humanization of things, the humanity of things. And we're also finding out, and this is part of the Jordan, this is part of the Babe Ruth movement. This is part of Tiger. He did a great job for a very long time until, he kept one phone instead of 30. But it's the mystique. You hit it on the head. Mysteriousness. The fact of like, man, until we got to see documentaries, we knew Jordan, but oh man, he was that crazy, so I think that's part of it, Whitey, is we get to see a lot of these things play out. We get to see Hard Knocks. We get to see middle of the season, zoom into the following the Lakers. We get to see those type of things.
Yeah. Didn't Brady, I didn't watch it, but wasn't there a documentary on him a few years ago? And it's almost like, all right, it's too much. I don't care enough to see all of that.
Right.
So then the mystique kind of maybe fades away a little bit. I get your point, Jay.
Somebody said Kobe ain't top 10. Well, to each their own. I just think Kobe is iconic.
He is.
You talk to players all the time, especially this generation or the one, that just passed. Like people, Kobe is iconic, man.
Yeah, he is.
He for sure is iconic.
Yeah, there's a lot of players, to your point, playing now. They're like, How'd you get started in basketball? Kobe. Watching Kobe.
Yeah.
You know?
You know another guy
and player also. Excuse me, Drapes. When we just saw the Olympic documentary this past year, right? And one of the things, not the one on this team, but they were talking about when Kobe, like even his peers were like, "Oh, when Kobe got on, we knew it was different."
Yeah.
When Kobe signed on the team, they got him first. Oh, then everybody jumped on.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about Kevin Durant's and people like that. Oh man, Kobe's playing with
But
us.
also people in other countries, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
You know who is another guy that moves the needle? You know, and I'm not calling him Ali or Jordan or Tiger, but people have that reaction. AI.
Oh, yeah,
Allen Iverson.
for sure.
There's an AI documentary set to come out.
Yeah.
I'm geeked to see this.
Me
like,
too.
He's a cultural icon also, you know, from his Georgetown days, high school, you know, the bowling alley fight. Like, he's an intriguing character.
Well, get this. AI tried to give some of his shoes to Jay's friend, and Jay's friend said, "No, I don't need them."
What happened?
Yeah, I won't say who that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't say.
Yeah.
AI tried to give something to a friend of yours?
Yeah, and he was like, "I'm cool, bro."
That's AI, bro. What is he doing?
Man, I should have slapped him in the head right then and there. Huh?
Man, what Stevie Johnson say? You got to be stupid paid or something. Your boy must be stupid paid or something.
Well, he is
Oh,
stupid paid, but yeah, no doubt. I was like, man, what's wrong with you? Did you not know you were going to meet me 10 years down the road, and could he bless me? Or, you know, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He's definitely cultural wise, he is definitely on another level.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, he is the type of person that he completely changed the NBA.
Right.
The way you came in, the way you looked, the way you dressed.
Tats.
And then for the league to say, "Oh no, we can't have that no more." Like, he single-handedly changed the culture of that era for a very long time.
I do think Babe Ruth deserves serious consideration. Obviously, before our time, I've read about him. Babe Ruth, I think one of the reasons baseball is so popular in Japan, and they love baseball in Japan, because Babe Ruth went there and played baseball there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babes, he's up there.
He's
for
there,
sure.
yeah. I mean, I'm not arguing it. He's not on your 3?
Who, me?
Yeah.
3 or 4? Like, yeah, I mean.
Because you said Tiger, Ali, and Jordan.
For sure.
That's your 3.
For me.
Ooh,
yeah.
not even Jackie in your 3?
I forgot Jackie, too. You got to give Jackie. I mean, you got to throw Jackie. You know, not only.
That's almost a whole different category.
Yeah, it is. It might be a different annex.
Like, that's like American. Like, he changed America. You know, it isn't just. Yeah, he's on a different level, I think.
Okay, take him out. Then Babe might be there too. As much as I talk smoke about Babe, yeah, he's
smoke about Babe. That's 2025 for you. As much as I hate on Babe, hate on Babe.
Well, I don't want to go down this.
Oh, I know where you're going.
He didn't play against African Americans. He didn't play against minorities. You know,
he was beloved by the African American community.
He was, because he had love for them.
Yeah,
according to whatever you know. It wasn't like he wasn't. He was against playing against them. You know, just was the rules.
Yeah. There's video or a film that came out of him and like Cobb or something. This was maybe 10, 12 years ago. I have to find it, Jay, because it's like, oh, someone found film of Babe Ruth taking batting practice. It's like, that guy's terrible.
Oh, that's messed up.
I know he wasn't. I know he was great, but just you see him now, it's like, oh my goodness. That's not Babe Ruth. Yeah, but I have to see if I can find it.
Was it AI or was it for real?
I think it was real. It was
Seriously?
before AI.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
It was
and,
real,
you know,
though.
Yeah. Maybe he was, hung over that. I don't know.
You know what?
Was he in line drives, ground balls?
Right.
He's having a hard time getting a piece of the ball.
Oh, my God. You know what's so crazy about that, fellas? We never, outside of basketball, say, well, if Babe Ruth was playing now, could he hit, Mason Miller 104? Like, we don't do that in other sports except basketball for some reason. Like, do you think Babe Ruth would be the Babe in today's
No chance.
No
but,
chance.
Not unless he started now.
Right.
But you can say that about any sport.
Yeah. But we don't, other than basketball for some reason. Like, and I think, when I went to the league meetings, I think that's part of what Adam Silver was talking about. It's like this comparison. We don't say, well, Dan Marino versus, like, we don't do that as much other than basketball for some reason.
Yeah. The only one that really translates where you could say that guy might be better today is some of the football players who are highly skilled.
Right.
If they played now where, you can't, there's not as much contact.
Yeah.
Not only the quarterbacks, but the receivers. Oh, my goodness.
Barry Sanders today, or, like you said,
man.
Jerry Rice,
Yeah.
some of these.
The EDs of the world. Like those type of guys. Yeah, Jim Brown, Gail Sayers. Yeah, there's some.
Yeah.
Man. But it would have taken away from, like, the Jack Tatums of the world, right? Where they would decapitate you. You come across. That was part of who they were.
Right.
If Jack Tatum played now, it's like, he was
Who was the Bengals guy?
Laundry all over the place.
Bengals player. Yeah.
Montez,
Bourbon, whatever. Yeah, that's who he'd be.
Cats, they trying to get Al-Shaair out the league,
That's right. Yeah.
Really?
Aziz Al-Shaair.
Yeah, because he out here hitting cats with the shoulder. Can you imagine a Jack Tatum, Ronnie Lott, guys like that?
Oh, man.
Come across the middle of Ronnie Lott. Man, Ronnie Lott would be on the practice squad at this point. Steve Atwater.
Yeah.
Like, there's some, there definitely, you're right about that.
Yeah. I remember a story. Was it Eric Wright? One of the defensive backs said he got his bell rung on a play, and he's flat on his back on the field. And Ronnie Lott, his teammate, comes over and leans over and says, "Get up!"
Oh my
because
gosh.
we don't show weakness.
Don't show
you know,
weakness.
get up. You don't let the other team see you like that.
Yeah. I know. That's funny, man, because nowadays in the league, they tell you to stay down. The NBA,
don't move.
Stay down. Don't move, So to sell the call even more, we want you to see,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure it. The only young lady that really is coming to me is Serena. Like, I think Serena, for everything that.
You're a big Simone guy. How come
Simone
Biles?
Because I don't think Simone's story is fully told yet. I still think she has something left in the tank in the form of, I don't know, sounds like she's done competition-wise, but we never know. But there's something still left for Simone's story. And, I mean, obviously, Serena's still with us, please. She can, change on the dime, too. But I think there's something left with Simone. I don't know if she turns into an analyst, a talk show, midday talk show. I don't know. There's something left that I think Simone hasn't accomplished yet to take her another level.
Could Caitlin Clark be on that path?
Man,
she has a good start.
Yeah.
But now she got to start winning, I think, too. Like,
Gotta get healthy.
Right. And because the thing about all the people we're talking about, they're also the best at what they did.
Right.
Like they're,
Yeah, they've won.
Right. They've won multiple
major championships.
Like Jordan isn't Jordan if he's not, going, 72-9 and winning championships. Tiger Woods, like that's part of the mystique also.
Mm-hmm.
Like Caitlin Clark has the celebrity part, but now she needs the dominant winning part, I think.
I think Michael got, in some ways, more credit than he should have gotten. And he deserves a ton of credit. And he's iconic, no question. But when he left the first time, for whatever reason, to play baseball, they won 50-something games without him.
Yeah.
Right. They were so good.
All I'm saying is, it wasn't just him.
So what are you saying there, White?
I'm saying that was a really good team, and he got the lion's share of the credit. He was the best player. But my goodness, without Scotty and a number of the other guys, or Rodman or whichever, Horace Grant, whichever iteration you want to pick, he didn't win 6 championships. He didn't do it by himself, but obviously, the fairy tale is Michael Jordan won 6 championships.
Right. And the Last Dance 10-part documentary.
Yeah.
That.
When he left, it's not like they won 37 games. They were really good.
Pete Myers, baby.
Pete Myers era, yeah. And Scotty, I mean, and Scotty, I read his book, and, Michael couldn't get it done. Like, as great as he is, he needed Scotty. He needed Phil.
Of course.
Also,
Yeah.
you need other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Doug Collins was the coach and Scotty hadn't gotten there, Michael Jordan was a great scorer.
Right.
Yep.
He was a great scorer.
He was he, and you guys can answer this, was he more known culturally than on the court? Like, people, like you said, we knew he was a baller. But even Sam Perkins said, man, he played with me.
Yeah.
He didn't have, that wasn't Jordan. I don't care. He still played with me. But it was the Nike. It was the phenomenon.
Yeah.
Well, did that play a bigger role early on in his career because he wasn't winning, right?
Yeah, Air Jordan.
Yeah.
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 And people used to say, Jay, you remember this, Strapes. And I probably said it myself. It's like, Bird and Magic, they made their teammates better. Michael doesn't do that. And I think he got to a point where he did, but early on.
Don't start it.
Don't start Bird and Magic.
Don't start him.
They make their teams better. Michael Jordan didn't do that.
Agreed.
And eventually, I think he did do that in a different way. But that's what people used to say, Jay.
Oh, my God.
So what was the
Are you disagreeing with me?
No, he agrees with
That's
you.
been
He's been arguing that.
comparison and statement about LeBron
Yeah.
versus Jordan the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan put up tremendous stats. He was great, but LeBron, to me, I don't want to get into it too much. Play all 5 positions, make his teammates. LeBron making Mike Miller, and I know Steve Kerr and Paxson hit shots and everything, but I don't know, man. I feel like Michael, to an extent, and I'll put Kobe in this category, R.I.P. Kobe, they were selfish players to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you read,
They kind of had to be, but they definitely were.
and if you, I was reading Pippen's book, and he talked about how Phil eventually, and Tex Winters eventually had to get Michael to trust his teammates, pass the damn ball, and
playing the triangle, right?
Play the
Which
triangle,
Kobe
yeah.
hated.
Right.
Hated the triangle. You know, some people will say that that LeBron didn't play on great teams. You couldn't say that about Michael Jordan.
No.
You wouldn't get very far.
Yeah, come on, man. That'd be Dennis Rodman. We talking about Hall of Famers,
Yes,
big time
multiple
Hall of
Hall of
Famers.
Famers.
Yeah, All Stars, all that type of stuff. And most people would consider Phil Jackson, if not number 2, like he's the top 1, 2, 3 coach ever, in the NBA.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely something, and that's why I asked you guys. It's part of Mike's mystique. And unfortunately, it's just hard to separate it now because he did win. Now we know, his book has been written. He's played out. He's an owner. But in the '80s, the mid '80s, when, as I always talk about, when Magic and Bird was around, Jordan didn't win a damn thing. And then now we further on, talk about Isaiah and Joe Dumars and the Pistons and stuff. They made that into a bigger deal because of the documentary. But '87, how was Jordan looked at, fellas? Was he looked at as iconic, or was he looked at in the fact that this dude's got some dope shoes that everybody's trying to rock, and he's Iverson? Was he Iverson?
He's a great scorer who didn't make his teammates better. That's how he was seen. And then in 91, when the Bulls beat Magic, that's when things started to change.
That's when it changed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Sam said, man, I had to play against Michael
Michael.
twice. I had to play against Kobe and Shaq in the
Kobe
final.
and Shaq, yeah.
He got a raw hand, didn't he?
He did.
Dang, big smooth, man. He was right on the precipice.
We'll come back with a look at some numbers that say injuries or not, the Niners are in good shape, all right?
Okay.
Good shape. Next, Sacktown Sports.
The Alan Styles Show.
Brock's bro, Chubba, he's on Nevada and wasn't great. Why didn't we ever hear about him? You answered your own question, Jeff, because he's not very good. Look, man, it's your 5th year at UNR. You are now Preston. Not calling you Chubba. How old is he?
He is 24 years old, a 6th-year starter, never won a college football game.
We use your government name.
You can listen to the Alan Styles Show Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on 1140 a.m., YouTube, and the Sacktown Sports app.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out out, and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price, and usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money, and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990, or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hit the field during Sky River Casino's $400,000 touchdown for a truck giveaway. Play slots and table games daily to earn entries. Then join in on the action every Saturday for a chance to score up to $15,000 in free play or a brand new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500. Visit skyriver.com to see how you can get 100 bonus entries every Tuesday and Friday. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or over.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
We've been talking about all-time iconic figures in American sports, and I apologize now, I can't find it. Somebody in the chat mentioned, hey, don't sleep on Shohei Ohtani, and obviously he's not American, but as far as being an all-time sports icon, yeah, he's one of those rare guys like LeBron who came here amidst great fanfare, and there was a lot of hype, a tremendous amount of hype surrounding him. Right. And he has exceeded it.
Yeah, he has.
Last night, boom, boom.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Almost literally unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's going to pitch too, yes.
And he's going to pitch too, yeah. But, he has to have success. I mean, in terms of winning.
Right.
You need how many, World Series? 3, 4, 5, something like that? He has to get to that level, I think. And I was just saying during the break, it's hard in today's world to become iconic like that, like Ali was, like Jordan was, because there's so many other things for people in the world. Like there's so many choices, and you look at Jordan. What we have? 3, 4 TVs back, channels, when he first started. Then cable came. Like now, is Shohei Ohtani must-see TV? If he's pitching, or if he's, batting, are people stopping what they're doing to tune in?
Probably not, but TV numbers, as I mentioned earlier, according to baseball, they're way up. It's interesting. Numbers are way up in Japan, Major League Baseball numbers, and he has something to do with that. But you're right.
Yeah,
Baseball plays so many games.
So many games,
which makes it harder for the best players to get into the World Series because you got so many rounds you got to get through.
Right.
But if he can get back to that main stage, that'd go a long ways with some success towards advancing that cause. The 49ers, meanwhile, tomorrow night, you can hear them right here on Sacktown Sports against it. And yes, Brock Purdy's going to miss the game. And so is Ricky Pearsall. So is Juwan Jennings. But that doesn't mean you should give up on the season. This is from ESPN.com. And it's a projecting the NFL playoff field. Now, this was posted before we knew about today's news. But, just a ripple in the pond. Projecting the NFC playoff field in the first game between two 3-0 teams since 2021, the Eagles came out on top against the Buccaneers, retained their status as NFC front runners. Lions also strengthening their chances after 3 straight wins. Seahawks have put together an impressive first 4 weeks. So we have here odds of percentages. Make the playoffs, win division, earn a bye, make the Super Bowl. For ESPN.com. Philadelphia Eagles make the playoffs 93%. Win their division 81%, earn a bye 35%, make the Super Bowl 23%.
Okay.
That may sound low to you, but it's early.
No,
That's still pretty good.
Right, that's
almost
solid.
1 in 4. Yeah. They have second. The Detroit Lions make the playoffs 83% chance. Win the division 56%. Earn a bye 18%. Make the Super Bowl 20%.
20, okay.
And then, look who's next.
No way.
Look who's next.
What?
San Francisco 49ers make the playoffs 78% chance. Jay, this isn't me. This isn't you. This is ESPN, baby. 78% chance, Stripes.
Is this some model, analytics model they're using? Is that what it is?
It's factual, okay?
And when did this come out again?
This week. Yesterday? Yesterday. It's by ESPN staff, so it's reliable.
Right. So looking at that.
78% chance make the playoffs, 40% win the division, 12% earn the bye, 10% make the Super Bowl.
I mean, and is it make the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl?
It says make Super Bowl.
Okay. So according to this, they're the third choice in the NFC?
To make the Super Bowl.
To make the Super Bowl?
Correct.
How you feel about that? In all honesty,
I'd have it higher.
Where are my Rams at?
Well, good question. Let's see. They have Tampa Bay next, 8% chance to make the Super Bowl, 78% chance to make the playoffs. Green Bay.
Come on, see, Whitey, you don't
nothing
agree
to do with this.
Green Bay.
I have nothing
you
to
saw
do
how
with this.
Green Bay looked this
They
past
do have Green
Dallas?
Bay. They do give Green Bay a 13% chance to make the Super Bowl.
Oh,
these are ranked in terms of making the playoffs. And
that's what I need to see then, big fella.
Okay, we'll get to it.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So this is based on making the playoffs.
Make playoffs, win division, earn bye, make Super Bowl. Some of them there's some.
So it's a little out of order in some respects.
Yeah. There's your Rams, 71% chance of making the playoffs. Only a 37% chance of winning the division compared to 40% for the 49ers.
37-40?
Yeah.
So that's
earn a
splitting
bye,
hairs.
9%, and make the Super Bowl 10%.
Okay.
Same as the 49ers.
Same as the 9. Okay. All right. You trying to spin this a little way.
I'm not spinning it. I'm reading you what this says.
Just because they got it listed.
I don't even have to say it. I'll just show it to you. I'll just show it to you.
Well, as you know.
I was very surprised to see that today.
I would imagine if they did that right now, the numbers would go down for the
They
Niners.
just did it yesterday.
What happened today, though?
I don't know.
Okay. Hey, man, like I said, there's a lot of football left.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Losers start talking about Super Bowl and stuff like that October 1st. Come on, big fella. They need to worry about beating the Rams tomorrow, Whitey.
Uh-huh.
Forget about the playoffs, Super Bowl, division. You need to win a game right now, San Francisco.
Seattle Seahawks, 57% chance of making the playoffs. Then, according to this model, we got a bit of a drop-off.
Really?
Washington, 38% chance of making the playoffs. Atlanta, 33. Arizona, 23. Minnesota, 21. Chicago, 20. Dallas, 19. Carolina, 9. New Orleans, 2.
Carolina.
New York Giants, 1% chance of making the postseason. Those numbers surprised me. I was a little surprised the 49ers are ranked that high. But, we're all maybe overreacting a little bit to the injury news. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it, I don't think we're overreacting. You're the one that started yesterday's show. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. The ship be sinking.
90% of the things I said yesterday to start the show, you said today to start the show.
Because we got new information. It became factual. But, I will say this about the Niners. If they can get everybody back healthy, or to an extent, because not everybody, Bosa's not coming back, but if they can get Kittle back, Ayuk, Purdy stays upright. Outside of my Eagles in Detroit, we talked about the tier system last week. I think there's a big fall off. Like there's a big hodgepodge of a number of different teams, you know?
Let's talk to a great 49er fan here. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. JR joining us here.
Oh, shoot.
Jay, let's bring JR into the fray here on Sackdown Sports. What's up, JR?
Where are you getting that data from? The Vallejo High Times? Vallejo High Times there? What is that?
Even you disagree with this?
Well, here's the thing. Whoever wins tomorrow night's game, which they just called me. They want me to play receiver, by the way.
Right. Did you say yes? Or
yeah. Well, my days at Sonoma State, I was the third string, ran in the play. So
I hope you have good insurance. Yeah.
Huge insurance.
Yeah, good.
Hey, but I do think whoever wins the game tomorrow, typical Rams Niner, it will be close. I don't care how injured they are. They will be easily the favorite to win the division. Which, so that little thing you just read off, that not far from the truth. I mean, even you have to say that.
Right.
Yeah. Even your Eagles fan, that guy that's sitting to your right there, who, God, they look good. Damn that you look good. I hate
we
to
really
say
don't.
that.
That's the thing, JR.
No,
we're doing what we need to win games right now.
I know, but their O-line's a little off. It's like the Niners. The Niners O-line, if you watch the game from Sunday, their O-line missed so many blocks.
Yeah.
They literally just miss people. And if I learn anything, you got to block and tackle, because if you don't block, they tackle.
Yeah.
The Eagles, they start hitting the blocks, that they look good. So, but the Niners, you were right. Get healthy. And if Bosa was any kind of man, he'd be back by the end of the season. Stop with this crap, Bosa.
Thank you, JR. Thank you.
That's your friend here, man.
Thank you,
This guy.
Take it easy.
Oh, my gosh, Bosa. Although, did you see Jason Tatum is back on the court already?
Look at that. No.
People
Actually,
are
I
saying
think
this
I
might
did. Yeah, he's just
be
working
miraculous, like this comeback, He's actually going through drills and everything.
When did he get hurt?
May? June, July, August.
Wow, that is
4 months.
That is really quick.
Right? Yeah.
The quickest I ever remember was Rudy Gay when he got hurt here in January, and in August he was like back on the court working out. That was like, whoa.
Yeah. Tatum is back and they're saying this is some revolutionary stuff that's happening here. So
he should be back this season.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're Boston, can you imagine? Tatum comes back in March. They're the 6th seed or something like that. Like, I wouldn't want to face him. So, no, I just thought I'd point that out.
Yep, appreciate that. Orlando, by the way, that's the team I'm keeping an eye on. We got to talk maybe tomorrow about who's going to be a surprise team in the NBA.
Yeah.
Maybe the Kings, right? Maybe.
Based on Tony Ray Harvey and 34 wins, man, I'll take the over on that easily.
I thought you were going to go across the table at him when he said
that's
that.
crazy.
Yeah. Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz wraps things up when we come back to Sacktown Sports.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group. Zach Geloff, out with that dislocated left shoulder, underwent successful surgery in Los Angeles in late September. Should be fully recovered and expected to return in 2026. Left-handed pitcher Sean Newcomb felt left elbow inflammation and unfortunately is out with the rest of the season after feeling tightness in his left elbow following his most recent outing. That was your Sacktown Sports Injury Report, brought to you by DTLA Law Group.
Hey, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Time for Whitey's Way Back Machine Quiz. It's brought to you by Kings Air Plumbing and Heating. I do have a question for both you guys here before we get started with the game. I was talking to somebody at the Sports Autograph and Card Show Expo this weekend. A lot of people came up, said hi. It was really nice. And
I'll take that picture.
One gentleman was saying, hey, I love the quiz, the Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz, but I like the multiple choice better than the, anytime it's a number, because one guy says one number and the other guy just says higher or lower.
Yeah.
So if you guys want, you'd have to both agree to this for one day. We can still do it that way, or another way we could do it is if I have a number you have to guess, you could each write down your best guess. But it's up to you guys.
Hey, just keep it the same way you're doing. We're not jumping around because one guy.
Yeah, one guy.
I would like to someday. I'd like to do that, but okay, all right.
Hey, this is Whitey's Way Back quiz. You created this.
I know.
Don't let that gentleman say that.
All right, we'll keep it rolling.
Matter of fact, tell them pick up the phone and jump in.
Right.
Nah,
we'll keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Yeah. Everything in the quiz is related to things that happened on this date, or related to something related to things that happened on this date. So let's see, Jay.
Jay is the champ. He's killing me.
Wearing the crown. So Jay, you're up first. Here's your categories today: the first World Series, the 1959 World Series, MLB postseason this date what year?
Okay.
We also have 1995, 1999 NBA trades, and 2023 NFL.
Let's go 1995.
1995.
Jay Buhner.
Multiple choice. Here you go. This day, 1995, Jacksonville Jaguars win a regular season game for the first time ever. 17-16 over what team that no longer exists? Jacksonville with their first win this date, 1995, over what team that no longer exists?
The Houston Oilers.
That is correct.
Oh, nice work, Jay.
Wow. Other choices were the San Diego Chargers and the St. Louis Cardinals. Jay with the point.
Jay, confident today.
Don't you think he should get a bonus point for that,
Not
Trace?
at all. Not at all.
Because he didn't even wait for the multiple choice.
That's a layup, though. That was easy. That's easy.
Left-handed layup.
I know, right?
All right, over to you, KD. The first World Series, the 1959 World Series. MLB postseason this day what year? 1999 NBA trades and 2023 NFL.
99 NBA trades Yao Ming.
All right, it's a closest to.
Never got traded.
Okay.
You want Jay to go first?
Yeah. No, yeah. Jay to go first.
Okay. Jay, this date, 1999, the Rockets send Scottie Pippen to Portland.
Oh, this trade.
In exchange for how many players?
Dang.
It's a good question.
1999, Rockets send Scottie Pippen to Portland in exchange for how many players?
I think Rockets to Portland, and then they choked off the championship, Western Conference to the
15-point
Lakers.
lead in the fourth quarter
Man,
against
just
the Lakers.
choked it off. Allowed the Lakers to become who they are.
Rashid and Bonzi.
Man, all that stuff Rashid be talking. I love Rashid, but man, for how many? I'm trying to remember who went back. I'm gonna say 4.
4?
That's a good guess.
Oh.
Jay.
What do you think, Drake?
You thought that was right?
Yeah, I did.
Rockets sent Scottie Pippen to Portland this day, 1999, in exchange for
I only remember
how many
2.
players?
5 would be too many. I really thought it was 3, so I'm gonna say 3.
Kelvin Cato, Stacey Ogman, Walt Williams, Carlos Rogers, Ed Gray, and Brian Shaw.
Wow.
6 players.
6 guys?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Give them to me. Kelvin Cato, my boy the
Cato,
Wizard. Brian
Stacey
Shaw.
Ogman,
Stacey Ogman.
Walt Williams,
Okay.
Carlos Rogers, Ed Gray, and Brian Shaw.
I just remember. All I remember was Walt Williams and Stacey Ogman.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only 2.
Yeah.
Dang.
Jay up 2-0, and ball's in your court again, Jay.
Scotty was bringing them, huh?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it was 6, but as you said, some of them were like, wait, who again?
Yeah.
Ed Gray.
Ed Gray.
I don't know who Ed Gray is.
The first World Series, 1959 World Series, MLB postseason this date, what year? And 2023, Jay.
What was the first one? World Series what?
The first World Series.
First World Series. And then what was the second one?
The 1959 World Series.
Let's go to the first World Series.
First
I ain't
World
running
Series.
from it.
Multiple choice.
What year was that? Man.
Don't give it away.
It's not part of the question. We'll get to it. It's not
Okay.
part of the question.
Okay.
Final, Pittsburgh 7, Boston 3 in the first World Series game ever played. This
All right.
date, 1903.
Ooh, wow.
Okay.
The
That's what I
first
thought,
World Series
03.
format was best of 5, best of 7, or best of 9.
Best of 9.
He's got another one.
Ah, man, that's easy.
Best of 9.
Come on, Jay, you are locked in lately, man. Usually you doing 4 or 5 different things.
I'm
back
focused,
there, right?
baby. I'm focused.
I got to get 3 in a row here to get back in this.
It's been done, and I
It
think
has
you've
it.
done
I've
it.
done it, yes.
Yeah. We have the 1959 World Series, which is the closest to. I'll let everybody know that.
Thank you.
MLB postseason this day, what year? Which is this day, what year? And 2023 NFL.
This date, what year?
Okay.
Yeah.
MLB postseason this day, what year? You get to hear it.
Yep.
Then you get to decide who goes first. The Rockies and the Yankees become the first wild card teams ever to participate in the MLB postseason. This day, what year? Rockies and Yankees. First time MLB has wild card teams in the postseason.
Jay can go first. I'm not good at these questions. Time flies.
Give me
for
the question
man.
one more time.
You got it.
Yeah.
This day, what year? Rockies and Yankees become the first wild card teams to ever participate in the MLB postseason.
Man, it's 1 or 2. And if I say
He has
one
a
and it's the
3-0
wrong one, then Drake's going to get the other one.
Jay just needs one more to lock it down, but Drapes ain't out of it yet.
Yeah, I remember the Rockies team. I'm going to say 1997.
That's a good guess. That's a really good guess.
Kyle Draper, or MLB postseason this day, what year? Rockies and Yankees become the first wild card teams ever. to
96.
participate.
It was 98.
1995.
Oh, because 98. Yeah. The comeback has begun. Jay, you better get this one.
Yankees won in 96.
They won in 96.
Yeah.
They won
98 also,
99,
right? Yeah,
and
that's what I
2000.
thought.
Yeah,
98.
Yeah. All right. 3-1. Jay, you can still win it. You still got some opportunities here. You're up 3-1. 1959 World Series, which, as I told everybody, is the closest to 2023 NFL.
Come on, Mr. Football.
Let's go 1959. Ain't nobody running for. I'll leave that little weak question.
Do you want to go first, or you
Let
want
Drapes go first.
I go
All right,
first.
Drapes. This day, White Sox beat the Dodgers in Game 1, 11-0, 1959 World Series.
59.
Game 5 in L.A. would set the all-time World Series attendance record.
Oof.
Yet to be broken.
What?
With how many fans?
Get out of here. That's tough. That's a tough one. All-time attendance record. For a World Series or
yes, sir.
just
For
any
a World
game?
Series. World Series attendance record.
And who were the teams?
The White Sox beat the Dodgers. Game 5 in L.A. is the game that set the all-time World Series attendance record, yet to be broken. Jay with the 3-1 lead. Trying to lock down another victory. Drape's not out of it yet.
75,000.
Ooh, that's a great guess.
That
is a great
I'm
guess.
nervous here.
Because as I was thinking about it, 59?
59 is correct.
Yeah. Man, what is USC playing in front of? 80K?
Come on, Jay.
Because Rose Bowl is a
But that's
buck
a
and some change.
football configuration.
Yeah.
It's different.
Means it's more. Baseball's probably more.
White Sox beat the Dodgers game 1, 11-0.
What'd you say, 75K?
75.
Yeah, game 5 in L.A. would set the all-time World Series attendance record, yet to be broken with how many fans? Drape says 75,000. Jay says?
75 and 50. 75K.
50.
Yeah, 50. I'm going to say about 83,000, 82.
I was thinking 90.
1959, Dodger Stadium was not built yet.
Yep.
So the Dodgers played at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Yep, USC, baby.
Game 5 in L.A.
83,000.
92,000.
Oh, I was going to say
That's crazy.
106.
Man.
Jay has the win.
That's
today.
big time right there.
Whitey's Wayback Machine quiz. It's a good match, Dre. Are you all right?
I was going to really say 90. That was the first, but I'm like, man, that's high. That might be too easy for Jay. He'll go 89.
Nah, I'd have went up.
You would have went over 90?
Because I was thinking, I think the Coliseum holds around 85, 90.
You seemed like you were thinking
bigger,
building.
yeah.
No, you were right on it, though. You know, in terms of the building. I'm like, baseball stadiums, 50, 60, 75. Like, yeah.
Good game. Good
Jay's
game.
on it, man.
Yeah.
On it.
What's the other one?
Yeah, you would love this one, Jay.
See, he would have got it.
I don't know if you'd get it right, but you'd love this one because we always talk about batting averages. 1988 on this date, Tony Gwynn, he won the National League batting title with an average that was the lowest by any NL batting champ until this year when Trey Turner won it at 304. So the number, you're trying to guess the number. Tony Gwynn, this date, 88. It was the lowest average for a National League batting champ until this year.
327.
Do you want to guess?
No, because somebody wanted, I thought, 323. 323.
Yeah, it was 313.
Yeah.
Dang.
313. And then this year, Trey Turner wins it at 304.
300.
It's going to be 288 next year.
No teams won 100 games this year, and the NL leading batting average was 303.
But we had a ton of guys hitting 50 homers and a ton of 30 guys. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Jay
303.
Jay gets so mad.
Over batting average.
yeah, about baseball. Let's see here. Yankees and Red Sox still going at it. Is it still tied,
4-3.
Jay?
4-3 Yankees.
Oh.
Is it top 9 or top 8?
Top 9.
So the Yankees trying to extend
They
their
need
lives one more day.
It was Mariano Rivera when you need him.
Yeah, the
Shut the
bullpen
Red
got
Sox
tagged
down.
yesterday.
Yeah,
You still
4-3
getting
Yanks, top of the ninth.
any buzz from your guys over in Boston when the Red Sox win or anything? You still
Nah,
getting
nothing really.
Okay.
I mean, I see it on social media and everything, and I keep track of it, but, no text back and forth or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Celtics, do I talk some trash about and stuff like that.
This would be pretty cool. I'm not a Yankee fan, but if the Yankees win, then tomorrow we get
Tomorrow?
at least three. At
Ooh, I
least
like
three
it,
and
I
maybe
like it, I
four
like it.
decisive game threes. Thanks for being with us. Do you ever listen to Golf to Go? You ever get any pointers?
I have, actually. Yeah. Boy Scott Marsh, and I listen.
Yeah. Stick around. We're back with you tomorrow as we get you ready for the 49ers and the Rams. And we got Golf to Go coming up next on Sacktown Sports. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant,